Hello, love wrestling. It's Thursday night. It's 8 p.m. And you know what that means. It's another new episode of Between Two Beards.
Start off with the biggest news of the week. The Rats lost! But every night I'm making new best friends, and the only problem is we like having a good time. Forget yourself now. If you've got the budget, I've got the time.
There he is.
Hey, boss!
There's the boss.
Hey!
The man with the finest beard on this screen.
Canadian men, boys, shut the hell up. Let me talk.
You see, the Rads are resourceful. When I got beef with somebody, I can find a way to talk to them.
Listen between two beers.
Getting down.
Hello, love wrestling. It is Thursday night, and it is 8 p.m.
Is it?
Y'all, yeah, I think so.
Oh,
8:02,
yeah.
Technically. You all know what that means. It's another new episode of Between Two Beards. Another big one tonight.
Yeah, and no, YouTube. I am not going to click over and watch Impact TNA. I know they're counter programming us right now. Yeah, like a little notification.
Yelling you for that?
They're like, "Hey, it's starting right now. It's Impact for all of our blah 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 members. Get out of my face with that." No, I'm just kidding. Watch Impact, but after this.
Yeah, we got a feelie in the chat already.
He's in the house.
It is the Beards. We
but
are
returning
here.
Josh Robinson Rumble champion affiliate page.
That is true. That is coming out. Ryan, I agree. How dare they?
Every week.
How dare they?
But yes, we have a good one tonight.
We do. Why don't you tell the people who we got coming on here in a little bit? He'll be here around what, 8:30? 8:30
Yeah, give or take or so. I just texted him, shot him a message. He's coming through. But if you all remember from our hangouts in SummerSlam, we met NaJee. We posted a little clip of hanging out with NaJee at the Scrum.
Sure did.
Super cool
Sure
dude.
did.
NXT with NaJee. So I messaged him, so let's come on, Beards. We got NXT No Mercy this weekend, which I absolutely forgot was a thing until like last Tuesday.
Yeah, we got the double dip this weekend. We got Saturday.
And we got Bash in Berlin, at Berlin,
Bash
from
in.
Berlin.
It's in, right? Bash in Berlin.
It's in, but it makes me feel like I want to say Bash at the beach. So he'll come on whenever he gets here. We'll hop him in. We'll pop him in and get cranking with NaJee. But until then, I think some stuff happened this week in wrestling. I'm not sure.
Well, yeah, I figured we could probably discuss what All In. You want to talk some All In and Dynamite?
Before we do that, if you want to know, I gotta dispel some rumors. I don't know if you saw this on the interwebs. I do know how to spell.
You sure?
Mrs. Pluggo was doing spelling words with our third grader, and he spelled rabbit. I said it only was with one B, not two.
You said that.
I did say
not
that.
him. You said
not
that.
him. Just in a mental lapse moment, I go, "There's only one B in rabbit."
Sure, it was a mental lapse moment, or did you actually think rabbit? Was
I googled it just to make sure.
Yeah, it's definitely two.
Yeah, I definitely. But it's fake news. If any, I was just trying to help him not know how, not know what to do. I was giving him this is not how you spell it, but yeah, 100%. So I'm dispelling that rumor now. I do know how to spell. There's two B's in rabbit.
All right. Fair. Yeah, so let's dive in. Before we do, though, we should talk about our friends. Yeah, there is Rabid. What did you mean, Rabid?
That's what I must have been thinking about in the moment. I also was in a bit of a tizzy with college football 25.
Who isn't?
So I was
Who isn't in a
pissed.
tizzy with
I was
college football
pissy
25?
during that, and I'm not
Let's be
paying
honest.
attention. And
Let's be
he drops,
honest.
and he drops 2 Bs, and I go, no, there's only one.
How many drops did your receivers have in NCAA
Oh my
college show?
God.
Probably
I don't
14,
even- I
which
don't
is
even-
nonsense.
It's insanity.
There was a patch today, though. Apparently, they fixed stuff. So
they better have
we'll
fixed
see.
it because
We'll
I swear
see.
to God,
At least it ain't as bad as Madden. Good Lord, what a train wreck.
I haven't played Madden yet.
What a train wreck. Anyway, that's the video game minute here at Between Two Beards. Madden is a train wreck. NCAA is fun, very fun, but overrated. EA, get it together. Okay, thank you.
Oh, Lawrence is now saying I can spell, but reading on the other hand, that's true. I can't read.
Fair. That's fair. All right, we'll talk a little bit of All In. We'll talk a little bit of Dynamite, but before we do, let's talk about our friends at NordVPN. If you're traveling, vacation, work, whatever it is, and you want to have you're on your Wi-Fi, your personal Wi-Fi, your at-home Wi-Fi, your settings where you don't have to even think twice about it, NordVPN, our friends, are what you need. They're also the safest VPN you can use anywhere in the world. They'll protect you from scammers, from people trying to steal your data, steal your Wi-Fi, all stuff like that. And for us wrestling fans, we've talked about it. Just had to drop $50 for All In this past weekend. Guess what? Not this weekend, but next weekend, 50 more bucks for All Out. A month later, 50 more bucks.
Yeah, they got to stop.
Dream.
I need to find a streaming service, please.
So, that could be rumor. There could be rumor that might be happening soon. We'll see when it's officially announced, but who knows? But NordVPN can also help you that way. You can change your location to anywhere in the world. And guess what? A lot of other places in the world besides these United States of America, those pay-per-views are cheaper, much cheaper. Yep, and Scott says it. Nord is going to come in very handy these next couple months.
Yeah, there's too much wrestling. Too much.
A lot of wrestling like
Too
that.
much.
Buddies at NordVPN are the way to go. Like I said, you can have your own personal settings, personal Wi-Fi, no matter where you are in the world. You'll always be safe. They'll always protect you, and you can save yourself a couple bucks too. So, what more do you need? Then go visit our friends at NordVPN if you're looking for your
Nothing. We're set.
They are the best. All right.
The best. Okay.
Yeah.
We're not glossing over the fact. Didn't you go to Raw this week?
I did.
How was that?
Raw was mid.
Was it mid?
I mean, here's the thing.
I fell asleep before the main event. I know that.
It was a great time. It's always a great time. Like, it was fun. There were things on Raw that I liked.
Yeah.
There were things on Raw that I liked. Bronson Reed.
Wow. That was awesome.
Unreal.
That was awesome.
It's unbelievable how in a month's time they have made that guy must-watch television. You have to watch what he's going to do. And they've done it perfectly over literally like a month. It has been tremendous. But I thought all in all for a go-home show, I thought it was a little weak.
Yeah, I was talking to Ophelia that we were pretty hyped about that Bronson Reed spot. That was badass. That was so good. So good.
That ruled.
So good.
Yeah. I
Still
thought,
fired up about it.
I thought the triple threat match, specifically the one with Xavier Woods, Miz, and Pete Dunne, I thought that was good. I thought the other triple threat match was for me. I didn't like the promos on Raw, dude.
No?
I thought the Judgment Day promo to open was, I mean, they weren't bad.
No.
But it was just kind of like, okay, that's stuff we've heard before. And then the Randy Orton thing, like, Randy's great. I mean, it's Randy Orton for crying out loud. Like, he can cut a good promo, but like, what did we learn? What did we learn from any of these promos on Raw?
Randy said the same thing he's said for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Not that it's bad, but that's
one thing. The one thing that I did like that Randy said, though, was how he talked about the old World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah.
And then he talked about him being able to be in the match to unify it. And now, even though this is a different belt, it's kind of out of, kind of not honor. I don't know the right word, but kind of out of whatever for like he kind of referenced
that's the evolution of that belt.
Yes. So I thought that was cool. I liked that.
Evolution is a mystery.
There you go. Speaking of Batista in the news this week, he did a couple interviews for his new movie that's coming out, and he talked to Chris Van Vliet.
Yeah.
And he said that he wants to, there's nothing more he craves than hearing his entrance music
and hearing that crowd pop for it again. But he said his retirement was so perfect.
Yeah.
He got to choose how to go out with the guy he wanted to go out, and he said he will never ruin that.
God.
But he said it's better than any drug. Like he said, there is no feeling
I would imagine so.
like that. And then I don't know what I'm going to be honest with you. I think Batista, personally, I think Batista is the best actor. If you're talking about Rock, Cena, and Batista as like the three most recent pro wrestlers that have become movie stars, Batista to me is easily the best actor of the three. Like, I don't even think it's close.
No love for the Miz and the Marine series.
Hey, it's all right. I think, it's all right. Rock is easily the biggest star, the most successful.
Yeah.
Like, if you're talking acting chops, I think Batista legitimately is really good. Although I think Cena's better than most people think. I think but Rock is like a bona fide just action star. Like, if you need a big dude to just save the day, you're not getting anybody else bigger than the Rock.
But yeah, Batista, you could stay away.
But Batista had.
But my takeaway, I'm not ready for the New Day to split. And listen to all of you internet dweebs.
Do you think it's
that
definitely
said the New Day broke up when Big E got hurt? You shut up.
No,
you shut your mouth.
That's nonsense.
That's just you being a hater. They didn't break up. They're still the New Day. I'm not ready for
nonsense.
this. Anyway,
no. Do you think they definitely are breaking up though?
I don't know. Maybe.
You think that's where they're going there?
They're putting a lot of stock.
Xavier Woods was wearing black. He was wearing black on Monday.
And Kofi's like, "What are you doing?"
They wore Power Rangers uniforms, and there is a Black Ranger. There is a Black Ranger.
Did the Black Power Ranger ever turn on the other ones? I don't know. I don't watch a lot of.
I watched it when I was younger, but then when it started getting to other things, I kind of bowed out.
Yeah,
but
I love Cena's movie Jackpot. What is that? I never heard of that.
Is that the one that was on Netflix?
I don't know.
I think if you haven't seen Peacemaker, you need to watch Peacemaker. That will change your opinion on John Cena as an actor immediately. Like, he is so good.
Is it on HBO Max?
It's an HBO Max, and don't watch it around kids because it is filthy in a good way though. But it is filthy. We got Asian Joe saying either New Day or Odyssey Joe. So here's the thing:
the stud of the Mark Order podcast, Asian Joe.
I agree with him. I think it's either going to be Kofi and Odyssey that turn on Xavier, or it's going to be Odyssey that turns on them both. I think that's the way they go there. I don't think Woods is. Oh wow. Wow.
Hey, listen, I'm just going by what Love Wrestling said, Ryan. I'm just a journalist. I just have integrity. I'm a reporter. I reported it. I didn't write it.
Wow.
We love you, Ryan Sullivan, and all you do here for the Love Wrestling. Chill out. Calm down. Go Flyers.
Everyone just be calm. Just be
calm. I think they turn. I think it's Kofi and Odyssey might turn because just Xavier's jealousy eventually will cost them to split. I don't know, but it would be weird if all of a sudden they were just like, nope, we're just keeping them together. We're just kidding.
Yeah.
Kumbaya. I don't know. It's crazy. Kofi and Odyssey are turning, Scott says. Okay.
I think that's a route they can go. I think that is for sure a route they can go.
Any final thoughts on Raw before we talk about All In? Because I know you were there. I fell asleep before the main event.
Listen, it was fun. Like, again, it's always fun when you're there live. So you're going to be buying. I thought the best thing that happened all night was Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman. I thought that ruled. I did love the Uncle Howdy debut. I thought the match itself was okay. Like, it was fine.
Yeah.
But I thought the whole thing, the entrance, him dancing with Chad Gable, kind of like how Bray danced with John Cena, I thought was a nice touch. Him doing the yeah for Brody, I thought was a nice touch.
Mm-hmm.
I thought all in all, I thought them coming out from the back and kind of the running off the other group and stuff. Like, I thought it was fine. I thought it was fun. I thought the moment was cool. But yeah, the Bronson Reed, that tsunami and the glasses of the glass on all four windows shattering out and oh my God.
Sparks. Where's the sparks from? Was that from your mirror? Is that one of those on?
Is
that your OnStar navigation?
Throw a firework in there? Did they throw a pyro in there?
I don't know what they did.
But
I don't know what they did, but I was here for all of it. I was like, holy shit. The NXT parking lot's not the only dangerous place anymore.
It was so
Adam Pearce, get control of your roster, my guy. You can't control nobody.
No.
Fire that man.
Yeah. All right. So I mean, let's see. We had All In on Sunday, dude. I thought All In was a great show. There was one thing in particular I did not like.
Ooh, what was it?
Again, I'm gonna preface this. I said more about it on Firmly. I'm gonna preface it, and I'm a lot more calmer than I was earlier in the week.
Oh.
I was not jiving with Britt Baker's performance on Sunday.
Ah,
Not
interesting.
jiving. I thought Mercedes had to work double to make that match even passable. And it was barely passable. That match was a stinker. And I was not expecting it to be a stinker. And I don't know.
Well, based on the internet reaction I got, it was Mercedes' fault, not Britt's.
And that is part of the reason why I got so angry.
And Scott is damn right. Hell with that rage, JPJ.
That is part of the reason why I got so angry is because I knew
Hey,
Josh, what's going on,
sticky
buddy?
Turds.
I knew that was going to be the reaction because everybody hates Mercedes.
I actually
Not
showered
everybody,
today.
but a lot of people do not like Mercedes.
No, they blame
and
her.
I knew, as I was watching that match, and I was going, "This kind of stinks. This kind of stinks."
Yeah.
And then I was sitting there going, I was like, what? I felt like Britt was off. I thought she was slow. Now she's coming back she was out for a long time with injuries too.
Yeah,
I'm not going to sit here. I don't know all the details. All right. So I'm not going to be jumping off the deep end or yelling or screaming, but like, I just felt like Britt was slow.
Yeah.
I felt like Britt was slow and yeah. And okay, Josh is going to say what I feel.
It was all on Britt. Holy shit, that smelled. It smelled like poo and weed.
For me, it felt and I don't agree with a lot of things that comes out of this guy's mouth because he's a doofus.
Which guy?
Josh? No.
Oh, I was like, which guy are you talking about?
No. That is I've seen that on social media too, which is why I'm not, you know what I mean? But Bully, all right. Bubba Ray, Bully Ray, whatever you want to call him, he says a lot of stupid shit. I have not heard Mark Henry's thoughts on it. I've only heard Bubba Ray's.
Sounds like you.
No, not you, Josh. You know I love you. No, come on. Bubba Ray on Monday on Busted Open Radio, he went as far to say that he thought Britt Baker was purposefully sandbagging for Mercedes.
Wow.
Like he said that, and look at.
For another wrestler to say that about a wrestler, given all of the
I didn't hear Mark Henry's thoughts though, so I don't know if he was aligned or not. But that's what Bubba. And look at Bubba Ray is an idiot and he says a lot of dumb shit sometimes. But that's what he said. I watched that match.
Was it the worst Britt Baker match you've ever seen?
That I can remember. I think it was yeah.
I know she's had a couple rough ones.
I felt like Mercedes she was working her ass off that whole match to make it look and it didn't look good. It didn't end up looking good. But like Mercedes had to work double because Britt was off. And again, I don't know if it was, what Scott mentioned, injuries. I don't know why. But to me, that match, I was really looking forward to that match. That was one of the top matches I was looking forward to. I felt like they had a chance to be a show stealer, and it was a stinker. And it was a stinker
supposed to be the biggest match on the card for a lot of people.
And it was a stinker if you watch it and you watch it back. I've watched it 3 times now. Sat through that shit 3 times. And it is clear that it is a stinker because of Britt. It is clear. Oh, it's bad.
3 times?
It's bad. Yeah, because guess what, Pluggo? Like you said, I then went on social media, and you know what I saw was a bunch of morons saying they shouldn't have gave Mercedes all that money. She's overrated. They're doing this. They're doing that. They shouldn't have done it. I told you she's over. Blah, blah, blah. Shut up. And this isn't pitting one against the other. That match just stunk. And it shouldn't have. And it felt like, again, don't know why, but it felt like.
Yeah.
And if you go back and you watch the entrances, you can tell from the entrance that Britt is kind of like, no.
Yeah, so I wrote TBS. All I wrote was still TBS champion. Mercedes Moné beats Britt Baker. The first comment is that sucks. This is why AEW's women's division is awful, because of Mercedes.
Yeah. And I knew that was going to be. I knew.
And it's
I know
just
how this
like
works.
she beats, and I must have spelled. Yeah, I spelled beats wrong. Somebody called me out for spelling. I can't spell,
Bro, you need to work on that.
dude.
I'm sure your kid. Once your kid gets to elementary school and starts learning spelling, just do the homework with.
I'm gonna have.
You'll be fine.
I'm gonna have to, man.
Yeah.
I was
right.
the Brit stuff. Like,
I don't want to get too, because I don't. It's not.
I don't want to.
I don't want
Here's
it
what I
seem
want
like
to
it's
say.
something It's not. I'm just. It was very apparent.
It would be really, really, really disheartening and really put a sour taste in my mouth if she actually was sandbagging that match.
Which I don't. I'm not gonna. I don't think she.
I would, because like you're a day one person. Your whole vibe is you're trying to build this company up. Because the last time we had sandbagging of match rumors, wasn't it Britt and Thunder Rosa was sandbagging for Britt?
Correct.
And Britt didn't like that.
Correct.
At all. So why would you turn around and do that to Mercedes? I don't understand it.
I am not
And
sure.
let's be honest, like if we're being completely honest, it's not like Britt Baker is like, Bryan Danielson or Will Ospreay in the ring. She's good, but
Yeah.
I mean,
she's not like a 5-star
Austin had,
whatever, you know what I mean? Like, but
Yeah.
we've seen what she is. She can have good pro wrestling matches.
And
And
this
with
wasn't
somebody
it.
and with somebody like Mercedes,
it should be.
you should be able to have a pretty damn good wrestling match. And it just seemed like I don't know. But again, I'm hoping that wasn't. I kind of went into it thinking it would be not a one-off. Like this would go for a few. No. I want that. I know we can see better. And
Did they interact at all on Wednesday? I missed the back.
Britt was not there.
Okay.
Was not there.
Owen ended up being sick, and for the first time in Owen's life, he wanted me instead of mom, so I ended up laying in bed with him and missed the back half of Dynamite. So I don't know if
Dynamite rolled.
It sounded like I watched back a lot of clips today from what I missed, and yeah, it looked like a really good show.
Yeah.
Of course, we got to talk about Danielson. Did it? He's not leaving us. He's not retiring. I am questioning Jack Perry being the next challenger, but hey,
yeah,
whatever.
I mean,
Danielson's still here. They did the Birdie thing. He came out with his family. Nick Bree was there. Birdie, Buddy. Oh, it's wonderful. So kudos to Swerve. Hell of a match. Absolute killer match.
Yeah, it was very good.
I was sad. I was going to be sad if that was the last we got of Bryan Danielson.
There were a few times during that match I thought it was. I thought it was, but it wasn't. It was very good. By the time that match was ending, I was saying to my screen, I was yelling at Swerve to tap.
Right.
Saying, tap, man.
Give
Do
it.
This is it. Do it. I thought it was good. Yeah, I feel like that's what it is. I feel like they already know the match they're going to do for Danielson at Wrestle Dream, where he'll probably lose, and that'll be it. So they're just kind of filling.
That's fine. That's fine.
And let's not beat around the bush. They're in Chicago for All Out.
Mm-hmm.
Bryan Danielson's the good guy. They want somebody who's going to get massive heat. So Danielson is a hero. You get the guy that fucked with CM Punk. That's what you do. It's Chicago. He's gonna get hatred. Like everyone's gonna be.
I get it. I just
Jack Perry the whole time. That is the reason why that Again, one thing I don't. Again, we're jumping around, but that's what we do here. They have two people who are now champions going after other belts at All Out because Pac and the BCC again. I like the team. I love Pac. I love Cesaro. I almost called him Cesaro. I love Claudio. I love Wheeler Yuta.
It's a great
They were literally put together the night before. They're gonna win the belts. Come on, man. But then because then they win the belt, and then Christian Cage wins the gauntlet. We've already moved him on. It's like, and then I thought that was stupid too.
Doesn't Darby still have a shot too?
Yeah, he's getting it. Wait, what?
Doesn't Darby have a world championship shot too?
I think so. I think that's
then maybe that's the Wrestle Dream where it's the the Washington thing. I don't know, but yeah. So you got all this. That's the one thing where I kind of was like with All In. Like overall, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was fun.
Oh yeah, no, it was a very. It
was very good. It's just some of these decisions that they make where I'm like,
I look, and
I
WWE
get
did it too.
It's a different way to do it, I guess,
Yeah.
and that's okay.
Listen, I'm cool. I just sometimes I have issues when we just do something to get a hometown pop. And I felt like, because now there's rumor that's saying that it was supposed to be oh my god, him and the Lucha Bros.
Yeah.
Like that was the original fourth team, and they were supposed to win, which is fine. But guess what? The Lucha Bros are going to WWE now.
Are they?
So you can't just rewrite the end of that. You go, no, we'll just put him with another team and do the same. What?
And then
the night before,
then the Blackpool Combat Club. We haven't really discussed it. Danielson's really not doing anything there anymore, and now Moxley is
and
just
he's doing something else now.
Tony Schiavone, this ain't your company no more.
Shane McMahon.
By the way, I will say this:
a lot of people saying Shane McMahon.
I am a very big Marina Shafir supporter. I know
yes.
I know a lot of
in on
people
that.
aren't. I am super in on that.
I am super intrigued, and I'm super in on it. NaJee just popped in the back. We're going to bring him on in a minute, but
maybe. Oh yeah,
we'll just leave him back there. Just leave him back there.
Just leave him back there.
He's like, 15 minutes from now. He's like, what the hell's going on here, man?
Najee's on the show, but he's only in the green room. We have
no.
The check hasn't cleared.
Let me change some stuff around. But like that. So I thought All In was a very good show. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a good show. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I was very disappointed by the Mercedes match.
Yeah.
And I didn't like I didn't like the Pac winning decision. And I didn't like the Christian thing at the end either. I didn't like that at the Gauntlet. I thought that match was humming. Nigel coming back was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The Ricochet debut was incredible. Nigel and Zack Sabre Jr., the face-to-face. There was so many good things in that match. And then they teased Luchasaurus and it was just like, oh, well, okay. What? To me, felt like
that was awkward at the end where Luchasaurus was trying to carry Christian up the ladder, but then realized this isn't going to work. So yeah. But either way,
man. All right.
All In was fine. You can leave more comments in the chat on how you felt about All In. As always, if you leave a super chat, that's a guarantee that we'll read any statement or question on the air within reason.
100%.
Within reason, of course. You could talk bad about JPJ's football team, but if you gotta keep it classy.
Don't get me started.
I'm gonna ask NaJee when we bring him on what jersey that is. Is that Detroit?
Detroit.
Like we said, we talked about this at the top. We met this fine gentleman in Cleveland. He's awesome. And he does a podcast with himself called NXT with NaJee. And we got to ask him when he comes on, is he moving to Vegas?
Oh man.
They denied that. They came out and they said, nah.
What Detroit jersey is that?
Oh, Cade Cunningham.
Okay.
Okay. I thought you were rocking like a Darko Milicic or something.
Nah, I didn't know if it was current.
It would have been like Chauncey Billups.
Rasheed Wallace would have been a good one. If you would have said Rasheed
I saw
Wallace,
Rasheed
I would have been
get kicked out of
hell yeah.
I saw him get kicked out of a game once. That was fun.
He was a Celtic for like one season, I think, maybe 2 seasons. He was a Celtic, but I loved him when he would just shit talk and want to fight everybody. And I was like, hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I loved him.
That was a squad, man. Rip Hamilton.
Yeah, dude. That 2002 squad. Chauncey, Ben Wallace, Rip Hamilton. They were good. Although if you go back and you watch,
can't forget
Tayshaun Prince.
Yeah. I got to see Tayshaun Prince. He played for Kentucky and they played Notre Dame, and I went to the game, and that dude is very
if you go back and you look at the final scores of that playoff run, they were beating teams like 77-68 in the playoffs.
Just smoked them.
Like brutal. Like I can't even imagine. I was watching those games back then. I can't even imagine what. If you watch an NBA game,
you score 77 at half now.
The Celtics scored over 80 points at half 14 times last year. They had over 80 points at half 14 times, and they were winning games in 2002 with less points than that.
That's why it's hard for me to keep up with the NBA nowadays. Man. It's too much. It's too much going on. Every team is a super team now. It's
unbelievable.
What do you mean it's 170 to 128? What do you mean?
For real. We got Ryan saying the Pistons are why defense was regulated out of the game. I think so. I think David Stern was like, nobody is going to watch a finals game when it's 68-65. What are we doing? What are we doing? Anyway. That's the NBA minute here on Between.
But first and foremost, how are you, friend? What's new and exciting?
Welcome in. We're glad to have you.
Good, man. I'm doing good. I'm back in Florida now, so I can get back to doing my NXT thing. I've been in Pennsylvania for the last 2 months as an athletic director for a summer camp. So, you know, I always got to find a way to give back somehow.
Yeah, love it.
But yeah, got a new job. So
Sweet.
everything's good. Chilling.
Love it. Love it.
How you guys?
So you were,
you guys been
so
good?
you are a regular in attendance at NXT, and obviously you do the podcast and the show NXT with NaJee as well. But you are a regular. You go weekly, right? Like you're there all the time.
Yeah, it's been about a year now.
Yeah. So how did that, you know, obviously you're a fan. That's how we know you're involved with this because you love wrestling. You're a fan. But like, how did that start? I guess are you originally from Florida? Like, how did it start that you were like, you know what, I'm into this. I love it. I'm going every week. Like, how did this whole thing start?
I've been a wrestling fan since I was, good Lord, like maybe 10. And believe it or not, I'm about to be 34 in a week. I know.
Wow. All right. Well, happy pre-birthday, man.
Yeah. So, damn, I've been going to like Monday Night Raw since I was a kid. I've gone to a couple pay-per-views. I've been to 2 WrestleManias at that point. And I was never a big NXT guy, but I was like, I started getting into it after Pat McAfee got there. Like, don't judge me for being a late bloomer for NXT.
Okay.
All right, we're just glad you found it.
Yeah, I did. And so recently, I want to say maybe within the last 2 years, I moved to Florida. Was out at this random place called Wild Florida, which is like a gator amusement park, because that's what Florida people do down here, I guess. So this lady in line saw my Stone Cold Steve Austin socks and was like, yo, have you been to NXT yet? And I was like, no. So she got me added to this private Facebook group. I signed into the forums there. And it's a little bit of a process, but I went one Tuesday, and the first Tuesday I was there, Rey Mysterio was there when his beef with Dom and everything. So that was pretty cool because we got to see like the Judgment Day there. The next month or so, John Cena just happened to be there, and I kind of created a little family, a little like community that I hang out with there. And those are the only friends that I really have, like me being from Michigan, but moving here from California, I didn't really know that many people. So it completely gave this whole entire state like life for me. So it's a special bond that I have at NXT because I don't know, it's just part of my life now and a big part of this chapter of what I'm doing. So, you know, here we are. Yeah. I came up with the idea of doing a podcast in January after being a special guest on somebody's show 2 or 3 times, and things have just been happening really fast, man. It's kind of beautiful.
Yeah. Beards, Cold Sports Corners in the house. Beards. That's us. I think
that is me. That is us.
In our honor,
we are the Beards. We are the Beards.
But yeah, like we said, we were standing in line with you. We were standing. Yes, you are.
Yes.
We were standing in line with you at the media junket at Cleveland. I keep blanking.
Why do you keep on forgetting Cleveland, bro?
I don't know. I think I'm getting old. I think I'm losing it. If you didn't hear NaJee, I don't know how to spell rabbit.
Oh.
I struggle with my kids' 3rd grade spelling words apparently yesterday. I'm losing my mind. Anyway, so we were standing with you in line and we got to chit-chatting and we just absolutely loved your vibe, dude. You're so much fun. You were super helpful. And I was like, there's an NXT show this week. We got to see if NaJee's available. So we're super happy that you're here to hang out with us.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, no, anytime. Did you happen? We were just talking All In before you hopped on. Did you happen to catch All In? Do you have any thoughts before we move on to the WWE portion of the programming?
I caught bits and pieces of it. I tried to watch it faithfully, but I caught myself kind of getting distracted by a couple of things. And that's no diss to AEW. But I enjoyed a couple of the matches a lot. Like Ricochet showing up. Like I heard you guys talking about Ricochet right before I popped on, and that was awesome. Like I'm always.
I thought he should have won that match.
Me truthfully,
I thought he should have won. But either way, like him showing up was dope. That match that he had on Dynamite last night with Kyle Fletcher in the main event. If you haven't seen it, go out of your way to see it because it's like 25 minutes of just it was very good.
And then Daniel Bryan, perfect. My bad, Bryan Danielson. I still call him Daniel. That was cool. 10 years almost exactly.
Yeah, to the day.
And like man, that's
very
just really
cool. And him and Swerve. Killed that match.
Dude, the no sell by Swerve.
Yeah, but on the knee, I was it was unbelievable. MJF and Ospreay had an excellent match. Like All In had a lot of good. It had some stuff that was like, come on. Scott,
the Sting coming back thing.
Yeah,
the Sting coming back thing to me was kind of a little like I was like, did we need that?
Yeah, it's fair. It's fair. It's fair.
I
You get
thought
the
he
pop.
just retired.
Yeah,
He
you get
did.
the pop, so he comes out. But
Got a free trip
yeah,
to London out of it. He's like, sure.
yeah, there you
I'm
go.
in.
Yeah, there you go. But
I'm taking it every
was
time.
yeah, and then the John Moxley return last night I thought was
Yeah, I caught a clip
good
of that.
thing. And it
And
feels like
I think it's Shane McMahon.
well, okay. I will ask you this before we move on over to WWE side of things, but there were some rumblings on the social medias where it seems like, like you talk, Pluggo, it seems like they're separating the BCC here. Danielson's doing his own thing. This is clearly
Not
Moxley.
a BC thing.
No, this is clearly a different thing with Moxley. He comes in, he's very, slow moving, slow talking, low demeanor, not the crazy guy we're used to with Moxley. And he looks at Giovanni and he says, "This is not your company anymore." And then we see the Shafir stuff later. It seems like they're coming up with a blood sport / like shooter type of faction. And so last time I checked, I believe Shane McMahon was in charge of Raw Underground. Last time I checked, which was a no ropes blood sport shooter style hour of Raw. Just saying.
I'm still disappointed that they cut its legs out from under it after 1 week.
Well,
hey, NXT still does Underground.
That is true. That is true. NXT
What is an NXT
and
Underground
Eddie-
match like in person?
And
They
it's
did it
Eddie
the last
Thorpe
pay-per-view.
every time.
I
Yeah,
wasn't
it was
there.
The ladies
They
had
did
it,
it
right?
at,
At the last PLE.
No Mercy.
Was it the
I got
ladies?
No Mercy.
Lola
Yeah,
Vice?
Lola and
Battleground,
Shayna.
Battleground.
Yeah, it was Lola Vice and Baszler, right?
I
That
saw
was
Eddie
Baszler,
Thorpe and Lexus King, I think, do an Underground match. I can't remember who
Was
it
it-
was, but
Yeah.
Eddie
Is it
Thorpe's
cool-
been in
is it-
like all of them.
Do you know who was involved? So there's even more wrinklings about this.
Is Eddie Thorpe an actual good DJ in real life, or is that just his
I don't
gimmick?
know. I don't know.
Does he
I think-
DJ in between?
I feel like he does because he seems on his social medias that he is a go out and do whatever he feels like doing kind of person.
Yeah.
JPJ
So-
DJs too.
Probably.
There might be video
I
of
used
me
to,
DJing
I used to be
at
a
Cleveland.
DJ director at a camp. For
There you
kids.
go. There might be a video.
Everybody-
It was at the
Everybody
Rock
loves
and
it.
Roll Hall of Fame, and there was a DJ turntable, and Pluggo made me fake DJ, and he took a video. of
Made
it. So
you?
I think that's you were like, "Hey, go DJ." I was like,
I didn't have to twist your arm too.
No,
hard.
I was ready. I was ready. I was ready. for the
What kind of event did you say it was? Because
but there's even a little bit more than Shane McMahon, because if you go back, the first Raw Underground match involved a certain faction at the time who no longer exists, called the Hurt Business. Bobby Lashley and MVP are free agents
instead.
And yes, they had filed for trademark the Hurt Syndicate name.
Yep.
There is rumor that Bobby Lashley may end up in AEW.
Mm-hmm.
What's to say that maybe it's a Moxley, Lashley, MVP, Shafir? Like, what if
Shelton
and
Benjamin?
maybe Shane is the financier? He's the guy that's in, there is something, again, might be a little bit outlandish, but I think there's a legitimate chance that this could actually
That's how you
be.
do it. That's how
Right?
you compete with the Netflix show.
Yeah,
That would be how you do it.
yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Just throwing it out there.
Maybe
All right.
it's Eric Bischoff.
Imagine. All right.
Now, before we talk about Bash in Berlin, I had one quick question about this in-person NXT stuff. Is this like a same group of people, like you have like your own, or is it like different people? Because I know it's a very tight-knit studio. It's not a studio show, but they run it in the same place every week. Are you the same group, or is it gonna like different fans? How do you get into one of these things?
So
is it buying tickets?
No, it's free.
It's free.
100% free. Every
so if
single
I
week,
just flew down there, I could just go.
So there's a bit of a sign-up process to it because, like I mentioned earlier, there's a form that you have to fill out on the different pages, and there's an Evite email that you can get. So you have to fill out a form. If you get accepted by Thursday, you'll get an email being like, "Hey, you've been accepted to go to NXT next week. Please respond by saying you're gonna go. If you're accepted through the second process, you'll get another email Monday." And it kind of gives you like a step-by-step of when the buses leave, when the buses come. We get there early just because that's what everybody kind of does. It's like a tailgating situation.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
So that's for everybody. That if they want to go to NXT, they got that's.
And
yeah,
so
if
like
you sign up, you can and you get in, you're good.
There you go. That's
and
really
so
cool.
like you said you've been doing this for like a year now or so. You've been down there going. Is it are the majority of the people you see there? I know you said you've kind of created a nice little friendship group, family type thing. Is it the majority of the same people that go week to week, or do you see a fluctuation of certain?
Yeah, I'd say Yeah, I'd say if it fit, the room fits, I think like 450, maybe 500.
Okay,
but I'd say consistently, little more than half of that room is there every week. And then there's about another 100, maybe 125 people that are new.
Cool.
That come. And then a lot of the times there's like 50 people for family there too.
Yeah.
That's why that's why on some shows you'll see the hard camera, because most of the regulars in the hard camera section and the Chase U section.
Yeah. Some people behind the camera are like the family and friends, and
that's usually us. That's usually us, like right there. And behind the camera is like the ADA section. And sometimes when you see the first two front rows that never stand up the whole entire show, that's the friends and family. Us are the wild ones in the background coming up with a chant that they have to edit out because USA hates us.
Yeah,
but,
it's fair.
We almost got them canceled once.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Go on.
They have to come out and say, "Hey guys, cut it off. Cut that off."
Yeah, because USA almost cut us out. They said USA almost cut the show for the whole entire night. It was the night that Mello started the show after the turn on Trick.
Yeah.
Then it was when he came out all like super light skin R&B with the spotlight on him. And we booed him so loud to where he had to stop his segment and they had to move it on later in the show because they had to come talk to us and tell us that USA almost cut our whole entire feed.
We
were saying F you Mello, like straight up, full on saying it, not caring. And USA was like, we can't even have him talk. It's so loud.
That's incredible.
Did you start that chant, NaJee, or was it somebody else? Be honest.
It was the sea of us in that middle section. So it was about 10, 15 of us that get a little rowdy.
Dropping scoops here. Watch out.
I don't. It's fun. This is why I love the show.
See, and I like
There's no crowd like it in wrestling right now.
Yeah, and I think you already had mentioned it. Like when you are a part of something like that, it's the same way that I felt like when I was watching NXT Black and Gold when it was at Full Sail. You saw those same people in the crowd week after week after week, and those people had their own chance with it really was like, hey, I'm going to the show to watch the wrestling because I love wrestling and the shows are fun, but I'm also going to be with my friends. And the more you build that relationship week after week after week is when you hear the chants or you hear the songs people are singing. Because you do that because you built that relationship to get to that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So like the Oba Femi, that was us. And now we hear that at the PLE. Like my friends that I hang out with now, they started to whoop that Trick chant, and now you hear that SmackDown randomly when Trick isn't even there.
That's awesome.
It's a beautiful thing to see, and it's such a great community. That's why it was terrifying when that news broke that it was going to move to Vegas, because it was like, what about us?
Yeah, exactly.
We make this show.
They were like, you guys, you're trying to get us kicked off the air. We got to move.
Yeah. Well, no, actually, I think the CW loves
who's one of the wrestlers that maybe it doesn't translate on the screen that's over with the diehard regulars?
Ooh,
yeah,
Dante Chan. Okay. And I think that's why you're seeing him more on just random things. Like he was on Main Event with Ilya, from what I heard.
Yes,
he was on a victim to Ron Breaker. Like they're giving him this TV time and allowing him to go do these things because like he's so over when he comes out. It's unreal.
Nice.
Yeah, it's
that's not the name I expected you to drop. That's awesome.
Really? Which one were you expecting?
I don't know. I just figured it'd be somebody that we didn't really know, like not a name, so to speak.
Yeah, I think Dante Chan is definitely.
There's like a level up
in that building.
Whatever's right below level up that does dark matches that you guys go just absolutely crazy for.
Yeah.
It was Tavion Heights too, but now he got moved up a little bit in NXT, and then he's just been in Japan for the last.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's doing some good stuff in Japan too. I've seen a couple.
Yeah, but Ren is cooking off of it though. Like,
yeah,
I love it.
I forgot her name, but there's a she's wrestled in the tournament. She's from Buchanan, Michigan, which is near us.
Oh,
Michigan.
is he Dame?
Yeah, she got a full page article in a newspaper.
Yeah.
Like my mom was like, "Who's this lady?"
Damn. One of the camps that I worked at, a buddy of mine that worked at a camp graduated with her, and he hit me up immediately. He was like, "Yo, my homegirl works for eCover." Da, 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 da.
That's awesome.
But small world.
I was gonna say small world.
Buchanan's only like a half hour, 45 minutes from me.
It's either her, Fallon, Henley, because I know Fallon's also from
I don't-
Michigan too, but I can't think of which city she's
Now
from.
Fallon is now the centerpiece or part of the new Fatal Influence.
Fatal Influence.
Fatal Influence.
So she had a Becky Lynch moment. I don't know if they showed it because I haven't watched the show back. It was a double taping a couple weeks ago. So the second show just got aired yesterday. What's today? Wednesday? Thursday? Thursday.
Yeah. Thursday. It's
yeah. So 2 nights ago they showed it, but Fallon Henley like either broke her nose or had a bloody nose off camera, and it was unreal. Ooh. And she turned from heel to babyface on accident. I feel like
it's like one of those moments.
And now the whole crowd seems to be behind her. When we were we just hated her about 20 seconds ago. So who knows? Maybe her character might change. That's a theory I have now because of that.
That's fair.
Fatal Influence. What a name.
Yeah. So this weekend though, we get a double dip. This weekend because we got Saturday afternoon. I'm on the East Coast. I think we all are on the East Coast. So this Saturday afternoon, I believe at 12:30 or 1 of those, we have Bash at Berlin, and you guessed it. Berlin, Germany, and then on Sunday we have Berlin, NXT,
California.
Yeah, we have NXT No Mercy. So we know NaJee.
Where is NXT No Mercy at?
In Colorado, I believe.
Denver,
I want to say
Denver.
I didn't know.
Colorado. It is in Denver, Colorado. Correct. At the Ball Arena. All right.
The Nuggets Arena.
Yes.
I would assume.
Yes. The Nuggets.
Yeah, where they mine gold and play basketball.
Yep, that is
right. Mine gold, play basketball, get high, and have some wrestling.
That's right.
Hell yeah. Colorado, man.
Yes.
Hey, man.
Shrooms and weed.
Yeah.
It's all legal here, baby.
God bless the state of Colorado. So we're going to talk about both of these shows.
And we are not going to Germany to cover these events.
No, we're not going to make our way to Germany this time.
As much as we would like to travel to Colorado, we will.
I mean, I would love it.
I'll be at work.
Yeah.
Got to be honest. Labor Day weekend.
It is Labor Day weekend. That is a thing. It is Labor Day weekend.
I'm going paintballing this weekend for the first time in my life because my oldest wants to do that.
Paintballing.
So I might be nursing a bunch of injuries.
Oh, you're going to be
Sunday.
Yeah.
I'm going to be watching NXT No Mercy on my couch. Like
they're going to give you all this. They're going to give you. I haven't gone paintballing but they're going to give you all this gear that you're going to wear to protect yourself. And the first time you get shot, it's going to hit one of the areas that you're affected, and you're going to want to die. And that's
basically everywhere you get shot the whole entire time will be
the things I do for my kids.
You'll be like, people. You're going to wake up.
Kids are trained snipers.
Him and his.
They have been practicing playing Call of Duty their whole lives for that moment.
Tiny Bradley Coopers is what they are. Tiny Bradley Coopers.
They're like, oh, Pluggo, that your dad. Oh my God, it's going to be brutal. There's your dad. Shoot him. Don't you know who I am?
Yeah.
I'm friends with NaJee.
Really?
Oh, man. No.
No.
They're like, we know that guy. He started those FU chants. Bad seed.
He was my camp counselor once and made me go to sleep on time.
Yeah, right? What a jerk. Wouldn't let me stay up and have snacks.
Lights out at 8:30. This is for all the kids that want to stay up late. And I'm just like, no.
Dad, remember that time that you yelled at me for doing this? Oh,
I'll try to get some like video of me in the trenches.
Here's the thing, man. You're gonna be with kids. You're the adult. Just take over.
These are high school kids, though. This is my oldest son.
Okay, so they're physically.
He's 16 and he's 6. So he's like 6'1" and jacked.
Yeah. So
well, at least you both have beards. I'm 30 something, and this is about as good as it gets.
That's okay.
Look at my oldest son is on the cross country team. Those kids are in peak physical condition. I struggled to get out of bed this morning.
You're screwed.
You're screwed. Die.
You're in trouble. You're in trouble. All right.
Why did I agree to this? I have things to do, son.
What do we want to start? Do we want to? I obviously
Let's go bash it, Berlin. We'll go in order. If that's cool.
Order? We'll do in chronological order. All right.
So the bash should be a quick one. It doesn't feel like there's going to be a whole lot.
Five matches.
Yeah, there's more matches on NXT than there is on Bash.
How many's on 6 on NXT?
He would make a killing with a promo in this.
5 times.
5 matches.
Absolutely. They should put him on commentary for the pre-show.
No, they shouldn't. No, they shouldn't.
Absolutely. Why not?
Yeah. Sure. Obviously, this is taking place in Berlin, Germany. Like I have said, we have 5 matches on the card.
12:30 Eastern Standard Time.
12:30 Eastern Standard Time. Love me some afternoon wrestling, guys. I don't know if you guys are into the. Are we all love it?
I love it. I don't mind the morning ones.
I love it.
I don't mind it at all.
Even if I have to miss an afternoon wrestling show, I can catch. You know what I mean? Like I still can catch it.
If you got plans, you can catch it later. If you got plans later in the night, you don't got to be up from 7 to 11 at night when it's Saturday. And your friends might want to go party, or you might do something. It's like, I gotta watch pay-per-view. Sorry,
friends. What's that like?
A few of them old. Once you get older, they dwindle.
Teach me
but it is
your
what it
ways.
is. Afternoon, like that show is going to be over by 4:35.
Beauty.
Or even before that, maybe 3:34. Then it's like I have my whole night ahead of me. I can do whatever I want. Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, so we have 5 matches. The first one we will discuss is a tag team match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. It is the Unholy Union, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn going up against Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. They are trying to get their titles back. The last time we saw them try to get their titles back was in Cleveland when we were there for that weekend, and we saw Blair Davenport join the Unholy
You almost
Union.
Died.
Yeah, we were very high. It was tough. That was a tough moment. That we were. It was scary. Ella J almost took me out. She almost ended my life. So we're getting this match. The Unholy Union won in a 4-way in Scotland. Kind of got the hometown pop victory. I think they've been trying to kind of get them some wins here over the last month, here or there. They've obviously formed the faction now with Blair Davenport. But it's hard for me to not think that this is Bianca and Jade getting these titles
This is
back
it.
right here.
This
Right?
is it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be a thing.
Oh yeah.
Until I'm gonna think Survivor Series, and then we get Survivor Series to Rumble, and then they start beefing. That would be my perfect booking world.
Because
Give
we've
them
seen
titles
Naomi
back.
Yeah, because we've seen Naomi kind of get back in the fold as the big 3. They had the 6-woman match last week on SmackDown, which was very good. Because they were kind of Naomi hadn't been around. They did the big 3 at Mania, and then it kind of like
they were like, "Peace, Naomi. See ya."
We
Thanks.
saw Naomi get involved. She actually won that match for them. She got the pinfall in that match. So I think they're winning. I think they're going to be a team. I could see them. I don't know how much Naomi gets involved because it is going to happen.
Is Naomi in the speed tournament? Is she in the speed tournament?
I think she might be. Yeah.
There you go.
In the chat, let me know if you watch the speed tournament. I haven't watched a minute.
I don't know why. Here's my thing.
3 of them, and then I was like, "This is kind of dumb."
Yeah,
it might be great. It's just it's on at noon on like a Friday or something. And
also, here's my thing, right? Like the speed thing is its own thing. It's a YouTube exclusive. I understand what they're doing. If a speed champion is on the main roster, he should be wearing the belt out to the ring.
We had that conversation.
And they should at least reference it.
X is really strict about it.
Are they strict on that?
I guess they only want the title to be shown on X. They only want it to be pictures of them, like blah blah blah. They can only wear it on their platform. And
Elon wants you on Twitter. He wants you on Twitter, and that's what he wants.
Yeah, you're not allowed to go anywhere. But I think that's the reason you mentioned Naomi earlier. I think Naomi has a good chance of either winning that one or one of these 2 new titles that should be getting introduced sooner or later, if it actually happens.
Yeah,
like the Intercontinental and United States one for the women.
Yeah, for the women, they're going to start doing some mid. Yeah. So Pluggo, how are you feeling? Do you think?
I got Jade and Bianca only because I'm still shocked that they lost this damn thing to begin with. So like, I
agree.
I think they should win them. I think they should hold them for a few months and really put some emphasis on these titles, and then have them drop them because they're building a great women's tag division again. You got the trios, you got the Pure Fusion collection, Collective, terrible
Awful
name. But a
Brutal.
great team. You got
Oh, that
Damage
PFC
Control.
has to mean for something
Like
else.
since you got Bianca and Jade, you got the Unholy Union. You know, you got some stuff cooking. Now let's see it through. And I think the people to do that are Jade and Bianca. But eventually, I think Bianca is going to turn on Jade.
I was just going to ask. My
And
next
it's
question was
gonna
going to
be
early.
epic.
Well, we obviously have
Heel
time
Bianca
before this
has to
happens,
happen.
but right now, in the moment, if you had to pick one, who's turning on who? So you think it's Bianca that turns? I agree with you. I think it should be Bianca.
I agree too. I feel like they've been trying to find a way to push Bianca as a heel, and it's just been so impossible to do. So why not?
They teased it a little bit with Bailey.
They tried.
And the Bailey stuff, and then it was like, well, we're just going to keep going this. And so, Dara, what's up, Dara? The amazing thing. So, with the WWE Speed, put both men's and women matches once the women's tournament is done.
I assume.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing.
I assume once the women's tournament is done, there'll be a mix of men and women's matches on Speed. Like
they can extend the tournaments a little bit more too.
Yeah, exactly.
So, how do you watch a show on X that's already happened?
It's just there's a 3-minute clip. It's not even a show. It's just a 3-minute clip.
They just show the matches. Like that's
from
it.
the
It's not
second
like
they ring the bell until the match ends.
Yeah, they just.
That's it. So I can't go back and catch up. It's gone.
Yeah, you can just go right. It's there. It's just there.
It's there.
I'll find
but it's not. It's not like a show where they go welcome. You know, it's just they put the tweet. They put the tweet out there, and it's just a 3-minute match or
okay,
or whatever. And that's it.
I should know these things. I do a lot on the internet.
I have said this for a long time, NaJee. I've said, and this is down the line. It was down the line when I said it a little while ago. It's still down the line. But I, at some point in WWE, am craving a heel Montez Ford and Bianca Belair power couple on my television running
as
one of the shows.
Too.
Yes, as world champion and women's champion running the show. Just cocky. We're better than you. We're cooler than you.
It had to be SmackDown though.
Yes,
we have our own show on Hulu.
Yeah,
I don't care. I don't care. But at some point in the future, as heels, I want them to be the world champions of their respective divisions.
Agreed.
Running a show as a power couple. I think it would work. I think they would kill it. I just need it to happen at some point. I just need it to happen.
And then hear me out. Hear me out. A Survivor Series match between those two, and then Seth Rollins and Becky, respectively, holding the titles on the other show.
Ooh.
I'd be okay with that. I'd be okay with that. That would more than work for me. That would more than work for me.
You guys are booking. You guys are booking some good stuff there.
You know. All right. Let's move on. Let's move on.
Give him the pen.
I know. Let's move on to you know what? Let's just do it now, man. Scrap match. You want to talk about a feud that's died? My God. I love these two guys. This match is gonna.
It's died.
I think this feud has gone. For me, are you as excited about Drew McIntyre?
Okay, I'm not as excited, but I'm still into it.
I'm into it because I like both these dudes. I think the feud has been Drew McIntyre's. I was at Raw. I did not like any of the promos on Raw. I thought Drew McIntyre's promo was not that. It was okay. I liked CM Punk going Instagram Live from under the ring. I thought that was funny. That was pretty cool. I like the attack after and him getting crazy, and so that whole thing was fine. I think that the build to this, and it's not done either, because rumors are there'll be a Hell in a Cell maybe at Bad Blood to actually finish this feud or blow it off. I think since some, look, this match is gonna be good. I just think the last couple weeks, it's just been, it hasn't been that exciting. At least,
I feel like they're doing that on purpose. Like that's right. Triple H is so crazy to where he's like, let's just tank the build up to this match completely, so you guys can blow it out of the park and then build up to this crazy part 3 that ends 1-1. Because I got CM Punk winning it.
Yeah, I think CM Punk gets
it has to happen.
Can he get that damn bracelet back, please?
Oh, that's part of it for me, man. Because part of it for me,
the memes are pretty funny though.
They are. But my thing was, I think we all really loved the build up to that feud because it was about two dudes who just wanted to end each other. Yeah. And now, since SummerSlam, It's been about a friggin' $5 bracelet that not even like it's not like AJ gave him that. A fan made that for him. Yeah. Now again,
AJ's got to come.
No, really? I didn't know. I thought AJ made it.
That's what I thought too.
Wait, is that what it is? It was AJ?
I think it's made by. I think AJ made it. Oh, I don't know.
Either way, either way, it's $5. Who gives a shit? Like, it's not like she's leaving you for Drew. She's still
to him. It's everything.
It's everything. Her and Larry are still at home, Charles.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I think.
Could you imagine he's at home venting about that bracelet, and she's like, "I'm right here, dude. You don't need."
I think AJ comes back sometime in between this and Hell in a Cell, and it gets real. I also have a question about Hell in a Cell. Do you think we get the return of the Hand from under the ring at Hell in a Cell? Do you think that he makes a comeback specifically because it's Drew?
Maybe. I don't think so.
I hope so. I hope we can look back on this podcast. NaJee called it.
Yeah, that'd be incredible. I do agree.
They do small, goofy stuff like that.
They do. I thought AJ would actually already have shown up at this point, to be honest with you. But I think
it's better if before the third match.
Yeah, I do think, because if you notice, like at first, Drew wasn't saying her by name. He was just kind of referring to your wife. And then it was AJ. And then recently he called her April. He used her full name, which makes me think we're just,
that government name.
Yeah, you want to start using the government name. It's serious. It's serious. And I would not be shocked.
That's a full-on call out at this point.
Yeah. If we don't see AJ during this feud, he's got to be in the Women's Rumble. Because that return needs to happen and the building needs to explode. That's about it. I think right now, that's about as close to the biggest pop. Is there somebody who would get a bigger pop if they came back than AJ right now? Honestly, we've seen Stone Cold come back. We've seen
a crazy way, if Moxley could ever come back.
I was going to say Moxley. Yeah,
okay, that's fair.
Because he tricked us at WrestleMania. Like, I mean, that was just us being too hopeful. When we heard the Shield music come on, we were like,
did they do it?
No
Did
way.
they?
Yeah. Yeah. I think AJ is as close to a top pop as they have if that music hits. Like it's gonna go nuts.
It'd be the greatest, the biggest woman return pop of all time.
For sure. I think if they stretch it out when Becky comes back, it'll be pretty big this time. But AJ for me would be like, you know what I mean? She would literally almost be like the CM Punk return version for the ladies. Like it would be like, holy crap, we've been waiting forever for this. We didn't think it was gonna ever, you know what I mean? But not obviously the extenuating circumstances of
Listen, I was a victim of the CM Punk every time there was a debut return. Maybe it's him. And now let's just move on to his wife.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Quit teasing me, just show up already.
Yeah. All right, Pluggo, are you aligned with NaJee? You think CM Punk gets the win back here? I do. I think that's how they do it, right?
I mean, if what you guys said though is factual, and they're going to do a Hell in a Cell at Bad Blood, I could see where they give Drew the win and be like, I want, CM Punk's just absolutely over it. But because
that's the Cody stuff story.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's my only caveat. But I can't. Hi, Mrs. Pluggo. Speaking of wives, the best wife in the game. My wife, Mrs. Pluggo.
Hello.
And yes, don't ask her about my spelling. She'll put me on blast on the internet in a heartbeat. But I can't imagine Punk losing twice back to back. That's the only, I guess there's a small percentage that says
that would be my only caveat.
You would just get enraged and go, Pierce, I want him in a cell, just me and him. Because you'd also have to get some interference going, and who would interfere on behalf of Drew? Drew doesn't have a lot of friends right now.
Yeah.
So give me CM Punk.
And this is a strap match. And for what I am to understand, I believe
all four corners, baby.
This is an old school strap match where you got to hit the four corners. Now, I am a bit old. Well, I'm 39. I'm the oldest of the three here. But when I was growing, I know. I mean, look at me. Look at me. I could be Santa.
Our buddy Josh Robinson was playing Legends of WrestleMania this morning while I was getting ready for work.
Yeah.
And I hopped in and he was like, I need JPJ here. He knows all these old wrestlers. And he goes, he would love every second of this. And I was like, yeah, JPJ, if they wrestled in black and white, JPJ thinks it's amazing.
Look, I got Andre the Giant right behind me, bro. Look at this shit. That's real, dude. But anyway, so Yeah, and then right here is Macho Man. I'm an old school guy. I like it all. But
then there's a cracked out Benji creeping over your shoulder.
Yeah, that's an album cover. That's just a weird album cover. Of, Massachusetts pop punk band, 4 Years Strong. Go listen to them. They're great.
There you go.
But anyway, this is how strap matches always were when I was a kid. Like a strap match standardly was you beat the shit out of each other. And you got to drag your opponent around the ring while you hit in one constant, like one order. No pauses, no nothing. And then kind of like a lot of like when I was a kid, and I know you guys too probably when you were younger watching wrestling. The only way you could win a steel cage match back in the day was by climbing out of the steel cage,
climbing over it. There was no door.
Climbing over or going. Yes, early on there was no door. Then they even made a door, and then all of a sudden, somewhere in the middle 2000s. Everybody just got lazy, and it was like you can win all these matches with pinfalls now. And it was like, no,
and you just walk out.
Yeah,
you just walk out.
Yeah, open the door. Let me step out. Like that's an old man. That's an old man complaint.
Or the one trope I hate is the like street fight that has to end in the ring.
Oh,
like
that should be a false count anywhere match at all.
If it's a street fight, you're fighting in the streets. You don't have to make it back to the ring
until you die.
No. Yeah, that's right. In the streets. We're dying in the streets for this shit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if this is factually true, but Scott's saying that a fan made Punk that bracelet 45 minutes before the Punk Drew spot in Chicago on SmackDown. Telling you.
I don't know.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought I saw.
I know it's about more. I know it's about more than the bracelet, but I said this.
It's brutal. It's brutal.
Like, come on, get over it.
I don't give a shit about a bracelet.
Dude. I'm sentimental too, but like, just make another one.
I like both these guys. This feud has been great. This match is going to rule. The Hell in a Cell, if they get there, is going to rule. I could give two shits about a beaded. Remember Gimp? Is that what that is? Gimp? No, is that? Did I say it right? Gimp? Was that?
I don't know.
That's the right. Was that the stuff that?
A Gimp bracelet? What are you talking? Gimp mask? I know about a Gimp mask.
What
are we talking about here?
I don't know. So that's what it's made out of, right? It's like a friendship bracelet with like
it's lanyard string essentially.
Oh, all right.
Or like fishing line.
Oh, all right.
You think CM Punk like gets a million of the same design ones all the time and just gives them to Drew in every city and it's like, here you go.
Yeah. There we go. The plastic.
Listen, we were all there. We were all there in Cleveland when he pulled that thing out of his trunks and kissed it.
We were like, oh,
no, we don't know.
Yeah.
No, it is good.
And
our statistician our fact checker affiliate.
We think this goes the other way. Yeah, like Punk wins this match. Drew then probably would lose a gasket and be like, I need to end Punk once and for all. And then it's like, okay, Hell in a, whatever, But yeah, I think
he's gonna go to Punk's house.
That'd be something.
You showed up at my house.
That would be a way though if he's like
that was a killer promo from Hangman last night. But Swerve cooked the shit out of him, but Hangman was like,
listen,
walked into my house.
Swerve is a better.
You tried to steal that baby.
Swerve is a better promo than Hangman. However, when Hangman just yelled in his face and was just like, "You are a piece of shit," and then he just goes, but he goes all 3 times in our matches. You couldn't beat me by yourself. The first time it was this. The second time it was that. The third time it was this. You are not better than me. And when he said that, the old school wrestler fan in me was like, you know what? Back in the day, that was really the gist of all the feuds was like, hey, let's just see who's better. Like a lot of them, like, let's just see who's better. And I was like,
towns.
That's it. And I was like, he's just angry because he's like, you're not better than me, but everybody thinks you're better than me. I hate you. And it's just, I love it.
Hey, NaJee, ask JPJ who should have won the Owen Hart tournament.
Hangman. Hangman. Listen, listen, I've been saying it every week for 3
years.
Here
goes, Scott.
The main event listen, the Bryan Danielson moment was excellent. I was emotional. I loved it. I'm happy that he won the belt. I'm happy that he celebrated with his family. Great. We all got that moment. Everyone can rub their nipples. Bryan Danielson's the AEW champ. God bless. Woo! The best feud you have should have been the main event of your biggest show of the year. The main event of All In should have been Swerve versus Hangman. Period.
Well, now it's going to be all out.
That's fine.
Yeah,
and it's
going to go all out.
It's going to be cool.
All out.
I'm not swaying off that take. I'm not swaying off that take.
Okay. All right.
That's just how I
feel it. I
kind
of I thought it would have been more gangster if Daniel Bryan just came out yesterday and said thanks. Bloop, and
Yeah.
did.
Again, I am not upset that
That'd have been the
Danielson's
coolest
world
thing to happen in 2024 to me.
I thought he was gonna
be.
at the beginning. He kind of teased it a little bit. He was teasing it like he was just gonna be like, "Hey, I won. Here's my I'm out. See ya." I thought that would have been dope.
Listen, also I said it last week. I'll say it again. All Swerve was trying to do was reunite a father with his children, and that's very noble.
True.
Good man.
He is.
Good guy.
Look how Dom turned out.
Well, I was just gonna say, you know who's not a good guy? Dominic Mysterio.
With his dad not around. Bryan Danielson, take a page out of Rey Mysterio's book. You want Birdie to go on to these wrestling shows and fit 10 years and trash you for being an absent father?
So we have a mixed tag team match. This match is going to be a good one, guys. Mm-hmm. It is the Terror Twins, Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, going against Dirty Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan. Over the past couple weeks, we've seen Priest and Rhea come close to taking out Liv and Dom, but they've always gotten away, and poor Carlito and JD McDonough have gotten the wrath these last few weeks.
Big head boy.
Yeah. I honestly,
I've seen it in person.
Yeah. Is it just as big in person?
Yes. He's like the same size as me, but his head is like as big as Batista's arm.
That's awesome.
And I say that with all due respect. If you do watch the show, JD, I love you.
Oh, he's an avid viewer.
Avid watcher. He watches everything.
Hi, JD.
Everything. He's good feedback, that guy. I think that this match has potential to steal the show on Saturday. I think this match is really, really going to hump.
We haven't had a chance to really talk about it.
Yeah.
Because of just the way that the things have kind of fell over the last couple weeks. Well, how do we feel about the Terror Twins as like a name? And like, I like the presentation with the backstage promos they're cutting. I'm really kind of digging that a lot.
Yeah.
I didn't think I would.
I believe that karma is a thing. I saw something on X the other day that I agreed with 100%. It was like, they're supposed to be the good guys right now. Aren't these the people that have been like literally destroying everybody and terrorizing everybody? And I think Triple H saw that too. And that's why Michael Cole emphasized saying the Terror Twins. I don't know if it was him or
it was Corey on Monday. It was Corey.
Yeah, Corey.
Monday,
yeah, Corey that said it, but they made sure to emphasize Terror Twins as an official name now because they're heels. So does that make like the new Judgment Day the good guys? Like, but we're still booing them?
Well, that's what. See, so this is where we're at because Finn Balor on all his promos is telling us that the Terror Twins are the bad people and they are the heels.
It's kind of like it was kind of like when
wrong.
It's kind of like when Bailey left Damage Control. Everybody was like, "Didn't you just terrorize us for like a year?" And now you think like, "Who's really
feel bad for you?"
Exactly.
So I was at Raw. I was at Raw on Monday. I was at Raw, and one of the things when I said I didn't like the promos on Raw, one of the things I understand that Rey Mysterio and Dom hate each other. But last time I checked, up until a month ago, the Judgment Day as a whole, including Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, Ray, have been making your life a living hell for 2 effing years.
Didn't she put him through a table?
You're damn right she did.
She's the reason Dom hates you. Like, well,
Rhea was showing up with Dom, ruining all your
Thanksgiving
damn holidays.
Thanksgiving, Christmas,
all your damn holidays.
She got you arrested.
Didn't she walk into that room and go, "Hi, Mom"?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then she got Rey Mysterio arrested on Christmas.
Dom. Yeah.
No, Thanksgiving, and then Dom got arrested.
Yeah. And then he's like, "I can't wait for her to slap that mustache off your face." Yes. And I'm like, "Wait, what?"
And he's sitting there going, "Oh, at least when you were with Rhea, one of you had a set." I get it. Dom's a piece of shit. I get it. But like, that's the one thing I don't like, man. Like, awesome. So what now? Because they're baby faces, you just same thing with at least with the Jey Uso stuff. They acknowledged it. Kevin Owens acknowledged that Drew McIntyre turned into a bad guy because of Jey Uso. Literally. Like, at least they Ray's coming out here saying compliments about Rhea. She ruined your life.
All we need is a backstage segment where Rhea passes Ray or something and just goes, "My bad."
Exactly.
Sorry.
That's all I need is Rhea and Priest to be like, hey, look it.
We
We've
get
seen
it.
the error of our ways. That's why, we're sorry. We know we did that.
I got
We're
it. I got
different
it.
now.
Survivor
Our
Series.
bad.
Yeah.
LWO, the LWO and the Terror Twins against the New Judgment Day. There it is. They just for custody of Dominic.
That's all you
I
gotta do.
would rather see the LWO and the Judgment Day fuse into one and take on just the Terror Twins.
No.
That's fair.
Ooh.
That's
Yeah,
fair. But, like,
Carlito just somehow just makes amends with
timing.
LWO.
Yeah, he just-
I also loved that like Corey Graves was like Carlito was in the LWO like 2 months ago,
Yeah. Yeah.
but now he's
Just in
the
case you
Beast
forgot.
guys. Just in case
So
you forgot.
that's one of the things that bothers me. And that's not just this story. That's a WWE thing that they always like, oh, you're a babyface now, so we just forget about everything that you did to torture me for a year. I'm just, oh, you're a good guy now, though. So I'm just gonna no. There should at least be some, but anyway.
Yeah, just like Roman Reigns getting beat up as karma at its
well, it's just like Roman Reigns being like we wanted him off TV for years, and then the second he's gone, we're asking for his back, and then he's back.
That was calculated. That they planned that.
I know, but he destroyed that roster for 3 straight years and comes back and everybody's like,
basically 4.
Yeah, and who's the only one? Who's the only good guy on the roster that says anything about it? Kevin Owens. It's the only one that says anything about it. We'll talk about him later, but he's the only one.
The only one.
But NaJee, you're the guest. I'll let you go first. Who's winning this mixed tag?
I think,
yeah,
if they're smart, it should be Liv and Dom.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
If they're smart,
I agree,
because that makes the Rhea Liv match at Bad Blood that much sweeter.
Which could also be inside.
If it happens, yeah.
If they are doing that, could also be inside Hell in a Cell, and I think that would be very, very good.
It would be the only championship in Hell in a Cell. I think it would be the only one.
So you have
that's
the two.
That's how they would
market
market it. Yep, that's exactly
you
how
got the title match with Liv and Rhea, and then you have the grudge match with Punk and Drew, and those are the two. And it's like, there we go.
That's oh my god, this is the only Hell in a Cell match for a championship the whole night.
Yeah,
there's bad blood here, guys.
Exactly.
Dom is
not just a clever PLE name. There's bad blood here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Give me Dom to live too, because it's like my thing is if Rhea and Priest just win, like they should, right on paper and in theory, but then what's left to tell?
Well, the real story for Priest is Finn. It's not Dom.
Right. And then
that's really the story for Priest. But I think
so. Maybe we get a situation where Finn gets involved. Priest goes after Finn.
I think 100%.
Rhea and Liv. We have 2 matches at Bad Blood.
They split up just like that. Yep.
Yeah. I think that's
Dom
how
just
they go.
gets to live the life.
Oh, here's my thing I want to add to the Priest and Finn one, because Damian Priest has a history of street fights. So it's an Atlanta street fight between Finn and Priest.
Yeah.
Let's take it to the streets.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's called Bad
Blood. Street trash.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Bad Blood is going to be a pay-per-view to end the feuds. Us Bad Blood. This is where all these big ass feuds are ending. Like this is happening.
Except for the Bloodline one.
Yes,
because
except for CM Punk and Drew, we're gonna run it back.
Yeah,
all winter long.
I'm leaning with both of you. Although,
do it.
Part of me, because
then you're cool.
If you get it right, you get to shove it down our throats.
I know.
You get the golden beard.
That's right. I forgot about the golden beard.
I do. Yeah,
never forget.
Beard. No.
That's a NaJee exclusive coming up at the end of the year.
I could see Priest and Rhea winning, because technically it would be them getting their wins back from SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Because obviously we're here because of what the Judgment Day did to them at SummerSlam. So I could see them winning, and then that leads to Rhea getting, because technically, look, Rhea had her rematch for the title. And I know there was some bullshit that happened, but she lost.
Yep.
Priest hasn't had a rematch for his belt yet. This is different, but Priest lost the world title match at SummerSlam. So I feel like getting them a win, I feel like it could be easy for Dom maybe to get his comeuppance in this match and be the one. Because like I said, Priest's main thing is Finn. It's not really, it's all of it, but Finn and Priest is the big conflict there for Priest, not really Dom. He's just helping out. Rhea's really the main one with the conflict with both of these. This is for Rhea, you know?
Yep.
So I could see, you know what? I'm going to be different. I'm going to pick Priest. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to pick Priest and Rhea just to get their win back. And then Rhea can be like, we won this match. I want my rematch. Whatever. Even though if you had a gun to my head, I'd probably say.
I will say though,
I'm picking the other people. But
NaJee and I will only get one tweet if we're wrong. You're going to get two if you're wrong. From me and NaJee.
Two of them.
Fair enough.
We're going to tear twins your social media accounts.
There it
I
is.
like it. I like it.
He said, I like it.
Yeah, I don't mind it. All right. Now we have, all right. Let's do the undisputed WWE Championship match. It is Cody Rhodes defending against Kevin Owens. We've seen a little bit. All right. So, Cody comes out and he says, hey, Kev, we've been friends a long time. You've been working your ass off for a long time. You've been helping me here with the bloodline. I think you deserve a world championship match. I want to fight you at Bash at Berlin for the belt. Originally, KO is like, nope.
Thanks for all your help. I want to kick your ass.
Yeah, he was originally like, have you seen my record? I suck. No, I do not deserve this.
Yeah.
Because I have sucked this year. And I do not
dude, you want to get beat up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No?
Then KO finds out later on that first night that Nick Aldis was going to then go and make it Cody and Roman. And that's when KO goes, wait a minute. Roman don't deserve that. I don't deserve it, but Roman doesn't deserve it either. And then out of that, KO then just goes, fine. Well, you can't give it to Roman. I'll take the match. Like, I'll do it.
Yeah.
To basically prevent Roman from getting another title match. So everything was even keel. Couple weeks ago, KO comes out to help Cody, or vice versa, one or the other. They've been kind of dealing with A-Town down under a little bit, kind of whatever. One of them comes out to help. Cody goes to reach for the belt, but KO picks it up first. Kind of stares at it, puts it in Cody's chest, walks off. Last week, at the end of SmackDown, KO did the thing where Cody's yelling at A-Town Down Under. Was it? Yeah. I think he's yelling at him. It wasn't the bloodline at that point, was it? No, it was A-Town Down Under.
Oh, yeah.
And KO is standing behind him in the pose that every wrestler makes when they're going to wallop somebody with a belt.
Why would you ever stand
So
in
he's
front of
standing
anybody
like
in
that.
wrestling?
And the whole thing is the show starts with Cody on the Grayson Waller effect. And Grayson Waller and WWE made a great video of KO turning on everybody that he's from going all the way back to NXT with Sammy right at the beginning, the whole thing. And the whole night KO is like, hey, listen, to be fair, I'm not that guy anymore. I'm not that guy anymore. But to be fair, every one of them deserved it except Kofi Kingston. Kofi did not deserve it.
Kofi, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Kofi did not deserve. He mentioned it like 4 times how Kofi didn't deserve. Everybody but Kofi deserved it. And he's not wrong. But then, like I said, at the end of the night, he's in the stance that he's going to hit him. He's going to hit him. Cody turns around, and he even does like 3 steps of the I'm going to hit you with this belt walk. And then right when Cody turns around, he just goes, and just stops.
And keeps walking.
The belt just walks right up. Straight line.
It was the best drive-by I've ever seen.
Oh, my God. It was incredible.
I could kill you, but I ain't gonna
only
do it.
KO could do it as good as he did.
Oh,
like, that is 100% KO just being great. But like,
sent me.
I want
the timing was unbelievable.
Oh, that is amazing. I don't want KO to turn heel here. I want this to just be a one-on-one match. They have a great match. We all know Cody's winning. They have a great match.
I think there's a dick kick at the end of this match.
That's what I'm thinking.
Cody with the dick kick?
No, I think KO kicks him right in the dick.
Well, Scott says that because of what happened last week, that's how you know he isn't turning. But listen, here's my thing, and I've said it. I think the best story they have for Cody is whenever Randy decides that he's going to drop Cody with an RKO, and they're going into that. I think that could be a Mania match. So you could hold that off if you wanted to.
Might be bad blood.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. We're going to talk about Orton, but Orton loses to Gunther. And then next time we see him on SmackDown, him and Cody are going to be buddy because Orton, before he was staring at the title and doing all the things. He's talking about being a 15-time world champion this weekend. He loses. Well, how else can I become a 15-time world champion? I brought you into this company. I know who you are. I know you're weak. You know, this is the whole story. We know it.
How long do they keep Roman away from Cody?
I think Roman.
Oh, it's going to be after Mania.
Yeah.
Way after Mania.
I honestly think that once they split to Netflix, they got to split them up. The Bloodline or Roman needs to be on another show.
Cody's going to stay on SmackDown with that.
Yes, Roman should go to Raw or something like that.
So Cody will just go from fighting Judgment Day with his Super Friends to fighting the Bloodline with the Super Friends back to the Judgment Day.
No, because that's why we need the Randy Orton feud, because that's going to get him away from that type of shit.
Who else on SmackDown is ready to step into the title
It
spot?
could be KO if he does a dick kick. They could do the
outside of
babyface Austin Theory.
Maybe Mello.
Maybe babyface Austin Theory because Cody's pushing that envelope real hard.
Yeah. I think
they're like, you got to help us get this Austin Theory guy over.
You could run back Logan Paul if you wanted. I don't think so.
I don't think he deserves it. I don't think he's doing way too much outside of wrestling right now. Stupid wise.
I agree.
I don't think
they're like, cool it down, and he's like, nah, I'm good.
He's like, nah, I'm gonna push my dog off this boat and lie about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Scott, probably. I mean, I would think that both networks want Cody on their show. Because he's one of the dudes, man. He's one of the dudes.
have a feeling that we're gonna see a little bit more back and forth when Netflix gets involved. I think you'll still have a brand split, but you might see
that money. That money is for real. I was just about to say to that Cody on USA. USA wanted Roman bad, but Netflix has more money. So that's why Netflix is gonna get
and
Roman.
I expect
USA is gonna take Cody as a good second.
Yeah,
but I bet you if Netflix goes, I want Cody for a program, we'll ship him over there real quick for sure. That's what I mean.
They should take the draft more serious.
Yes,
I do too, but they never do. Not you're asking for too much now, so you're getting too cocky. We give you the pen, and now you're like, we gotta take this draft serious. They won't. They can't. They don't do it ever. So I wish they would too. I'm a big draft guy.
So I would assume that all three of us. We know that Cody is retaining.
Yeah, like if Cody doesn't win,
so the real question is, So the real question is what NaJee said. He thinks that we might see a dick kick, a kick in the dick. So I guess the real question would be, not who's winning, because that's kind of, we already know. Do we think we actually get the full-on heel turn from KO after this match or next week on SmackDown? Or do we think it's coming, or do we think this is going to end up with like handshakes, still being friends, like really good match, let's go do separate things? Because the one thing I don't want is KO turning on Cody and then 2 months from now Randy also turning on, like, I don't want to get into this trope of,
he's going to turn into Drew McIntyre because Randy? It's like no, I think KO is going to turn into like the Drew McIntyre.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, because you know how he's supposed to be a heel, but we all love Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
Let's be real. Like, everybody does. Wholeheartedly, regardless of whether you boo him or not. Like, it's fun having him with a heel attitude. And I think it's fun having KO where they're like, screw it, I'm just going to do whatever I want. Yeah. I need like him and LA Knight would be perfect.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a great
that'd be real.
The only way you get that, the only way you get that feud is with a heel KO that's on a mission to get a title.
Yeah.
Like, when's the last time he held a title?
That's my opinion.
Tag team.
No, I agree. Look at it's been too long since KO has held.
Very long.
It's been a hot minute.
He had the Intercontinental title was the last one, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. And that was
a while ago.
All right, so I think Pluggo. Do you think we see the KO turn on Saturday?
If we don't see it, I was thinking if we don't see it on Saturday, definitely Friday
on SmackDown.
Yeah, like the following one, like he comes out and Cody's like, "You gave it a hell of a run." Does the whole like, dude, it was an honor to fight you.
Yeah, I want to shake your hand. Can I call you out? Sign of respect, and then you've noticed one other thing that KO has done over the past couple weeks is he's starting to end his matches with the pop-up powerbomb again, and not the stunner. And that was his heel finisher. The stunner is the babyface finisher because it's the stunner and Stone Cold and everybody loves it.
Yeah.
The pop-up powerbomb, for the most part, was the heel KO when he first came up. He's been winning matches the last 3 weeks with the pop-up powerbomb.
I don't know, dude. Watching Cody take a stunner.
I don't know.
Fun.
That would be fun. That would be fun. But I think the pop-up powerbomb on the apron spot with Cody. Just saying. All right. I'm just saying. We'll get to our main event, even though Gunther is from Austria, not Germany.
This land is my land. This land
But in the WWE universe, it's all the same.
I guess so. I know it's close. They're neighbors, but come on now.
Because if I had a
Kofi
dollar,
Kingston is still from Jamaica.
right. If I had a dollar for every time I've heard somebody say it or I've said, he's not walking out of Germany, not the champ, right?
No, I don't. Yes.
How could they do that in his home area?
We have Randy Orton facing the hometown boy, they're telling us.
He's getting booed.
Randy's going to get booed.
Although I'm talking about
Gunther.
I'm talking about Gunther's getting booed.
You think so? Everybody loves Randy Orton, dude. Everybody loves Randy Orton. Everybody. That's my thing. I'm like, hey, Gunther's going to get the hometown, like when his music starts, like, in that match, everyone's rooting for Randy Orton, dude. It's like the coolest wrestler baby ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone's going to be rooting for. That's a good idea, affiliate. I would be okay with that. That's a good pick there. Although like Kaiser's on Raw and that would be on SmackDown. Respect the draft, but I get it. That would be cool.
That
would make sense though, because Randy. No. I heard why they. I don't know if it's true, but I think I heard the reason why they split them up.
No, but Vinci's on SmackDown. No. He could do the open challenge.
Oh. Yeah.
I heard why, and I don't want to get into all that. I don't know
stuff like that. But like,
You save the drama for your mama.
There it is.
Yeah.
So it's Randy Orton. It's Randy Orton and Gunther. It's Randy Orton and Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. This should be the main event.
Yeah.
Because of Gunther in his home, I'll call it territory of sorts. The stipulation is if Randy Orton wins, he will then be on Raw, and Gunther will then go back to SmackDown. I at least respect that they made that an emphasis of like, hey, we know he's a SmackDown guy, but like, that's the rule. That's what's happening. I at least respect that. But this match should be. How close
is Austria to Germany? Because now
I think they're neighbors.
I have playing in my head is that scene in Euro Trip where he's like, "It's Europe, dude. Everything's like a bus ride away."
You can take a train.
He's like, everything's like a hop, skip, and jump away. It's all close.
I got to try to look at a map, but I'm pretty sure.
Turns out everything is
right next
forever.
to each other.
Yeah,
or they're pretty damn close to each other.
For sure.
Listen, Gunther's retained. The same thing like Cody, right? Like Gunther is.
Yeah. This pay-per-view, PLE, whatever you still call it, is. I don't think anything of substantial greatness is going to happen. I think it's an international PLE. It's going to kill. It's going to slay. The matches are going to be fine, but we're going to Germany. They're giving us a bunch of money. We're going to put on good matches, but we're not going to do anything crazy here.
I think the match when they do this, right? I feel like they rely on the crowd to bring that other element to these shows. Yeah, they're neighboring. That's what I thought.
Neighboring countries.
So like the matches are going to be good. All 5 of these matches. All 5 of these matches should be great. They should be good to great. The crowd should, from what we expect, European crowds to be like first time ever in Berlin. They're going to be nuts. But I think that's the formula we're seeing with WWE when it comes to these international crowds. Like, there's not going to be a lot of like huge newsworthy finishes or things like that come out of this, but it's going to be a solid wrestling show, and the atmosphere brought by the fans are really what is going to elevate this to a truly like that was a great show because the crowd was France or Puerto Rico or Australia now. Like that is what WWE they're kind of getting in their wheelhouse with these because like when you talk about the one that happened, Clash at the like, there's been no like major huge world title change. There's been no huge things that like have occurred on these. But the matches have just been great, and like the Bad Bunny thing last year was, I think that entrance was the best thing all year for WWE. It was just incredible. Like that was a special moment there. But like the matches itself, Clash at the Castle, they're good, but they really rely on the crowd to really bring that extra element that makes this a great show.
I'm curious what chant we'll get from this crowd.
Exactly.
Every single international show they've done, we've gotten a really fun one. We had the AJ Styles one, we had the Cody Rhodes one.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows what we'll get?
Bailey gets a good one, and she's
Bailey's consistent. It's a very
consistent song.
I'm curious. I think we'll get a new one. I'm wondering what new one we'll get from Germany.
Yeah, maybe it will be from
Gunther.
Maybe it'll be from the NXT crowd.
Hey, who knows?
Steal your thunder. Yeah,
maybe. Denver? Who knows? Well, we're gonna be moving over to NXT right now because, like we said, from Denver, Colorado on Sunday night, we have NXT.
Who do we got winning the? My bad. Who do we got winning the Randy Gunther?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did we all pick Gunther? Sorry, did I jump the gun? Do you think Randy's winning?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, you're a little. All right, we'll talk about this.
I don't know.
I thought we were all on the Gunther train.
Well, come on, hey, like JPJ, put it on the grass, man. Let him see it.
I don't know. So I'm thinking, what if they pull the trigger on getting him to the record and blow everybody's expectations of Gunther having this huge long run? What if they humble him? Like, what if they humble his expectations just straight off the bat with his title run?
That'd be something.
What if Ludwig turns on him?
Yeah.
Whoa, you think that would happen?
Because there's been about 2 months ago, maybe they were hinting at the fact that Ludwig was just not jiggy with the way he was being talked.
That is true. They were doing.
I don't know why I chose the word jiggy. It felt right. So what if they do pull the trigger? I know there's like a very low chance that they do, but it's just a thought I had the other day.
It's because you were saying, what if Ludwig gets jiggy with that slaps Gunther in the face, Will Smith style? Full circle. Yeah. Got it. I'm with you. Wavelengths.
Don't ever say you're from this country again. Smack. Right?
Smack. Yeah. Sure. I'm actually from this country.
Okay. I like where your head's at. That would be truly shocking.
Yeah.
To me. That would be truly shocking.
Yeah, I would be because I'm a fan of
There's your shock. There's your shock factor that you're looking for. Like your big whoa, I can't believe that happened moment.
Yeah.
Right there.
That would be
the whole crowd,
and that would be a really interesting Gunther wrinkle in the sense that he's held the championship for most of his time in the WWE. So he's used to having long reigns with every belt he holds.
This would be his first.
Not knowing how to handle like a quick turnaround loss like that could be kind of a fun thing.
It's his Vegeta storyline. That's what.
Yeah.
This is why we bring on the smart people onto this program.
Yeah, exactly. Changing the, I thought we were all like, yeah, no way, Gunther's losing, right?
Now I would have that noodling around.
Now on Saturday, I'm going to be like, wait a minute, are they going to do this? What are we doing?
But I'm taking Gunther. I'm not listening.
Yeah. All right. We have
my mama taught me you never advice from a man in a
forgot we had. All right, I'm going to show Pluggo. We loaded all these nice graphics in here, and I didn't even use any of them. All right, so I'm going to do this quickly. There's one. There's two. Look at that beauty. Look at that. Huh? 3. That's a little blurry, but it's still nice.
I know that one came out weird.
4, and then the last one 5. All right.
You know what we could do?
I'm going to follow along, and I'm actually going to hit those when we talk about the NXT.
We could do what we did with Baron Corbin at SummerSlam. Be like, hey, listen, we totally screwed this up.
Audio disappeared, bro. We need to take 2. Let's do this again.
We didn't talk about this match yet.
Pretend like you've never met me before.
Yeah. Hey, you are? What are you doing here?
Oh. Oh, how cool!
What? You're like, who? Nerds?
So we will start this.
He did. He
was the only match.
Nerds, leave me alone.
The only match.
All of a sudden, we're best friends.
The only match that we don't have a graphic for.
Did I not get them all?
I believe it was officially added last night. It is a singles match for the NXT Women's North American Championship.
No,
between Kalani Jordan and Wendy Chu.
No, it's in there.
That was added.
Is it in it? No, I only see 5 right here.
Are you sure?
No, it's the only one that's not here, bro.
Are you sure, bro? All right, hold on.
Yeah, bro, I'm sure. Look at it.
All right, hold on.
It's the only one I'm not seeing. I see 5, bro.
There's only 5 matches.
Oh, hold on.
I'm on Wikipedia, and that match is on here as 6.
No, hold on. It could be. I do
6 matches. 1, 2, 3.
I've done this before. Don't worry.
There's 6 matches. There's 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
let's not talk about that one first.
Oh, are you going to add it in now? We're going to pretend that it's just in there the whole time. All right. So let's talk. All right.
You're going to pretend like I don't do this every Saturday.
Okay. That's okay.
Yes,
let's talk about then. Even though this match is kind of turned into a grudge match real quick, it is the only match on the show that is not for a title. And it is a grudge match of former best friends, former tag team partners, former family members, really, when you think about it.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
You're starting with this one.
it's the only non-title match, bro.
I know, but oh my
It's the
gosh,
only
I'm not
non-title
ready.
match. Let's talk about it now. I feel like it's a big one to start with.
Okay.
We're gonna get. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna flip it back off, but it is Wes Lee going one-on-one with his former Rascal partner Zachary Wentz.
Even the graphic makes
says.
Now
says I will not boo Wesley.
And that is a recent, like that is even under the current circumstances.
I will not boo Wesley.
Can I ask you a question? Not that
no, that's perfect.
Not that I've kind of disliked the animosity we've seen from this build here, and I think the match is going to be fire. I was really I don't like that they broke up the Rascals. I don't like
either.
I don't like it. It made me feel dirty. I'm gonna feel the same way differently, but I'm gonna feel the same way if they actually break up the New Day. I'm gonna feel dirty about it. I'm gonna be like, that just shouldn't have happened.
Ooh, can I add to that?
Yeah.
For the
You
New
want
Day.
them to break up? Are you saying
want.
you want them to break up?
So I think it'll be one of the greatest comeback stories ever told.
If Big E.
If you do that, because it's one match we never. It's like when we saw Jeff versus Matt for the first time ever. We were like, oh shit. Or Edge versus Christian. We were like, oh, like we were so hyped for it. It's one thing that we never ever want to happen, but when it does, it's going to be fantastic. And I think it's gonna be Xavier turning on Kofi.
Oh, you think? I think
I think that match is gonna be at Bad Blood, and it's gonna be one that people are gonna be so mad about, but it's damn near gonna steal the show.
Oh yeah. Like, look at the match itself would be incredible.
And they go on their separate routes. They go on their separate routes for a little bit. That gives Kofi a chance to get another Kofi Mania moment. That gives Xavier a chance to win his singles title. That gives Big E a chance to figure out if he can come back. And then if he comes back, it's going to be like D2 the Mighty Ducks. He's going to come out there and get the band together. They're going to pop out of a Booty-O's box at WrestleMania, and it's going to be the happiest moment we've ever seen.
That's fair.
Hey, Aberman, we're back together.
We're back together, man.
Hey, Charlie, you want to play some real hockey?
He's back, Jack.
Quack attack is back, Jack.
Goldberg, and he just leaves his family business open.
Hopefully, Disney doesn't try to sue you for me using a Mighty Ducks.
No, I think we'll be up. We've talked about that.
Oh, Mrs. Pluggo just texted me off to the side and says, "Oh no, a Mighty Ducks reference." So yeah, we're gonna talk about that for 45 minutes, and I'll probably go upstase after this and watch the Mighty Ducks.
You're welcome.
So this is obviously
that's my favorite trilogy of all time.
He's not lying. We had a movie draft. We had a movie draft at one point, and he took the Mighty Ducks with like the second pick.
D2 is one of the greatest movies ever made.
That's right. That's right.
I love the Mighty Ducks. I think D3 though it's a little rough. It's a little rough.
It was a
little rough at times.
It's a cash grab. It was a cash grab. But hey, there was some good stuff.
That means you weren't emotionally involved with the first two.
Yeah,
no, that's not true. I was completely emotionally involved with the first.
You lost a little bit of your grasp on it if you hate it.
Maybe you might be right.
You grew out of you. Emilio lost you.
I think D3 needed more Portman for sure. They didn't put enough Portman, but
I would agree.
Pretending like I was a professional, there's 6 graphics now.
Okay, we'll get to it then.
All right,
proud of you.
But yes, I'm interested to see if Trey Miguel he's
kind of just been gone.
He just hasn't. Yeah, he hasn't. So he'll show up Sunday.
Like the main way that they're phrasing this feud is that Wesley is an NXT WWE superstar, and Zachary Wentz is just a TNA wrestler.
Yeah.
And
he
is. yeah, it's factually correct. But we've obviously seen the TNA crossover. Another TNA person is in the main event of this show. But now they're leaning into this is the only real story where it's like, well, I'm better than you because I'm here and you're there. That makes me better than you because WWE NXT is better than TNA. They're really leaning into it here. You're there every week, NaJee. Like, what's the vibe like? Were you in the building when the turn happened? Were you there?
No. So this was actually I think a week or two before I came back. I was still in
Okay.
Pennsylvania. So I was watching live as my friends were sitting in the crowd, and I'm texting my friends in the crowd. My friends in the crowd are texting me. I'm just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like,
I can't believe they did it.
it's unreal. And like, it's still a mixture of people not knowing how to deal with heel Wes. Like, I know I have my sign saying I will not boo Wes, but I wasn't the only person that was still rocking with Wes this past week, the past like 2 episodes when we were there. Like, the love for him is still there, and some people even cheered when he made the TNA comment.
Yeah.
Because there's still that line in the sand. There's still that, because I see the comments of like, oh, this isn't helping TNA at all. This is all the WWE thing. And, there's still that tribalism.
This is what I think is going to happen here. Because at Battlegrounds, it was very WWE heavy. WWE won out. I think it's the exact opposite for this one. TNA wins out.
All right. Well, we'll go.
And that leads to NXT NA.
Is that,
so that means
PLE.
You have Wentz getting the win here then.
I think so. As much as like, and I just kind of came up with this a second ago, because I had Wes winning, but you made a good point of the TNA thing.
Yeah,
and that makes me think that this show, especially with the match we're going to talk about later, is going to be very much TNA fan service, with TNA getting wins in the WWE program.
Yeah,
and then
I think a lot
of this.
Yeah, well, I think this in particular, because it's had that story of, you're just a TNA guy, like you don't like I'm better than you. This would be the match that if Wentz wins, he can come back next week and be like, oh, by the way, the TNA guy beat your ass.
Yeah, all of
TNA guy beat your ass. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then especially if we're talking about in a few matches, we have a TNA world champion in NXT. That could be. Yep. So it's not bad.
I can't wait for that to happen, and then shows up at TNA, and Nemeth is like, "You couldn't win the belt here, though."
Yeah, maybe.
But if he's like, "It should be me,"
should have been me.
It should have been me.
I have not gotten the most hate I've ever gotten on the internet is when I posted when this began. I posted a picture of Dolph Ziggler as NXT champion and Nick Nemeth in a TNA t-shirt. And I said, man, I think that this Nick Nemeth guy gives me Dolph Ziggler vibes. He'd fit right in this crossover. And I got absolutely destroyed for, you don't understand. That's the same guy.
No, really?
No, you don't. They're like, you don't understand wrestling, and I'm like,
I saw somebody do that the other day. It was like, yo, somebody needs to tell Donald Glover he looks exactly like Childish Gambino. This is wild.
Who's gonna tell him?
So NaJee has Zach Wentz winning this match. Pluggo, what say you? You think? Now, to me, go ahead.
I was gonna say it would be, I think, more beneficial if, let's say, Wentz got the win and Miguel was in Wentz's corner and they got one
Miguel
over
comes
on
back maybe to kind of tip the tide over.
They got one over on Wes Lee, and then Wes Lee shows up. I don't know. I don't think. I will say this: Emergence is this weekend as well.
Yeah, is that live?
It's live on, I think, Friday, right? It's the 30th tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't know days of times and things, but
that's tomorrow.
So you could have something go down at Emergence, but if you wanted to, could you imagine like Wes Lee coming into Bound for Glory, the biggest pay-per-view TNA has, and facing off against Wentz again, or Miguel even, just
what if Miguel turns and then
what if they do a triple? Yeah, exactly. You do something where,
because what if he's like, Wes has a point, like, I'm not happy that you kicked my ass, but you have a point and I still hate you, but fuck you.
Hey, let's settle this once and for all. Let the
best rascal win.
Yeah, exactly. Do that at Bound for Glory. That'd be dope. Nice. But the only way you do that is when Wes Lee has to lose, because it would make no sense if you just beat him. Because the story is you're just a TNA wrestler. So if you lose to if you beat just a TNA wrestler, the story's dead. The TNA wrestler underdog who you think is less than has to win.
Yeah. And then at the celebration, that's when Miguel switches.
Yeah, could do that.
Could.
Damn it.
Is there a fourth rascal? Is there ever an honorary rascal? I don't know, but that would be fun. Is it you? So it's going to be a tag team, you and Wes Lee versus
hair.
That is true.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if they ever had like a on the indies. I know Myron Reed. It's Myron Reed. What the hell am I saying? Can we get Myron Reed involved in this?
Maybe.
I don't know.
You never know.
Him and his chest
so
protector.
Are you picking Wentz, Pluggo?
Yeah, I'm
As
gonna take.
Najee-
I'm gonna take
Najee, I
Wentz.
think convinced both of us. I think, because I think I'm leaning that way too.
Ooh,
I came in thinking, well,
The
because
light skin force.
this is what, like, right. So NXT,
he's got no beard, but he's making sense.
what they always do is, right, if you catch the trend, if you've been a babyface the majority of your time in NXT, before you get the call up to the main roster, they always turn you heel. They always turn you heel to see if you can do both. And then once they know you can do both, you're good to go.
You're good.
So I feel like this is
Perfect
Wes
example.
Lee's. This is his last. Not this specifically. I think he'll do this for a little bit. This is his last run.
Yeah.
Major run, I think, in NXT. He's going to do the heel thing for a few months or however long it takes till the Rumble, whatever they do.
Yep.
But then that
I
guy's
have something to add to that too with a later on match and
Yeah.
a special guest referee.
Yeah. So I think that's what they're doing. Oh, all right. Here we go.
Najee's got those scoops, man.
You know what? I'm not going to do what you
I
think
got
I'm going to do. I'm not going to do what I think you're going to do. I'm actually going to go here.
Oh,
No.
Tag team match for the NXT Tag Team Championships, a rematch where Chase U won these belts a few weeks ago on NXT television at Bash at the Beach.
That place went nuts.
They did. So this is a rematch. It is Andre Chase and Ridge Holland versus Nathan Frazier and Axiom. I think Nathan Frazier and Axiom.
I used to do this when I was a hater. Back when I was a hater, this was it was.
I don't know if they're
Chase Boo, but since those black T-shirts came out, it's Chase U. I like.
Can somebody in the world please make a Chase U team build for College Football 25? I looked for one the other day, I couldn't find it.
Oh, I got you, bro. I got you. I'll make one. I'll make one. I'm sweet. I got you.
Oh, do you? Because I would definitely start a franchise and post all about it.
I'll make one.
That'd be awesome. But I was the same way. I used to be a Chase U hater because I was like, I don't know if this is going to stick. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm a sports guy, so I kind of dug it. But I was like, I don't know how well this translates outside of that NXT bubble because it feels like something that they love and nobody else gets. But then they started moving around and doing things, and everybody loves it. And Thea Hale's a lot of fun, and I'm just like,
she's
so boom.
good. She's the best part of that whole thing. She's
you all day, Chase U.
Her and Duke are hilarious when the cameras are off. Like, dog,
are they?
Oh man, Duke is a mess, bro. That's all. I'll just leave it there. Duke is a mess. Duke is hilarious.
I'm a little torn on who's going to win this match. I think Chase U retains, but I'm expecting Frazier and Axiom to turn heel.
I think this night I think they're going to turn on each other. First of all.
Oh, all right. That'd be a good way to do it.
I think this match potentially could have the biggest pop of the night. With the Hardys coming to NXT and this being the night they do it.
Ooh. You said the Hardys are coming to NXT?
Yeah, have you not been reading? They've openly said that they want it. They've had 2 meetings now with WWE.
So Sunday, you're saying the Hardys are showing up at No Mercy?
I'm saying this could be a good time.
You guys talk for 10 seconds. I'll be right back.
It's an arena show.
Uh-oh.
You know, NXT likes to do big things in arena shows.
Oh, JPJ's pulling out some props.
Uh-oh.
Talk amongst ourselves. Here he comes. 10 seconds. He'll be right back. What's he bringing?
Here it goes. Uh-oh. What's the moment of truth?
Uh-oh. What's going on? What'd you grab there?
I didn't grab anything. I had to turn on my air. My fat ass was sweating. I was losing weight.
We're
over here like, what's in the box?
Yeah, what's he grabbing?
I was like, we're gonna be done like in the next half hour. You can make it. And I was like, I'm dying. So
I got Chase U as well, but go on.
I have Chase U as well. I think Chase U, it's a moment where
I didn't see this Hardys rumor. What are you?
No, they openly said that they wanted to make a run in NXT. They would like to show up.
They want to do the Grand Slam of tag titles.
Yes.
WWE.
Yes.
Now, do we want that?
That'd be awesome. I'm sorry. You can get all upset about that all you want.
No, I'm not upset. I'm not upset. Just optically,
I have no problem with it if it's in NXT. I think that would be cool.
Oh, as a person who sits in that crowd every week, that's like my childhood.
I think that would be cool.
That's like R-Truth in John Cena. That's what that is. I was Jeff Hardy as a kid. I'm pretty sure like my second concussion of my life was doing a swanton off a chair.
There we go.
Off a chair.
Yeah. Long story short, I made my living room into like my basement living room into a wrestling ring as a kid.
Yeah, I like it.
But a chair. Oh man, yeah, that's fair. I wouldn't. hate it, but I also would be like, anyway.
Here's my thing.
I have
He
a
said,
different
please no.
If it was, Scott says, please no. Listen, if it was just an NXT and they were going to come and do a couple months and fight Chase U or fight Nathan Frazier, I'm cool, man. They already had their main roster return. Nothing will top that WrestleMania return. They were around for a little bit. If they just wanted to do the TNA thing in NXT with a bunch of younger kids and teams that we've never seen them wrestle for 2, 3, 5 matches, do it, man. Who gives a shit? For the people in the crowd like him that go every week, that would be dope as fuck. And
I
for
think
those
if they
young
wanted to
kids
have
that are wrestling there, that would be dope as fuck if they got to wrestle the Hardy Boys.
Beautiful.
Are you kidding
Dog,
me?
can you imagine? Oh, man. Can you imagine Javon? First of all, Javon Evans versus Jeff Hardy would probably be the greatest match of all time.
This is not prime Hardy Boys, all right? We're not seeing prime Hardys, all right? But they could still put together probably a decent match. If it was
give
them
me Jeff and
versus
Javon
Frazier
any day of the week.
yeah, if you do that one-on-one, because Javon has been very vocal about how the Hardys were his people, and that
you'd cry.
You know,
you'd cry.
You know.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm not.
You guys have fun with that.
Look at. Is it something that I like need to happen? No.
Yeah, I'm not gonna actively dump on it. I'm just not. I'm just not a big as Hardy stan as most. I guess
that's fair. That's fair.
I'm just,
all right, now we're gonna
on that topic.
Now we're gonna do it. Now we're gonna do it.
Do what? Oh, hey!
This was here the whole time. This was
whole time.
Whole time.
There wasn't a there wasn't a point in time 15 minutes ago where I was staring off to space.
We have a singles match for the NXT Women's North American Championship. It is Kalani Jordan, the champion, defending against this new version, Demon Wendy Chu. Wendy Chu. We actually saw on Tuesday night, Wendy Chu had to pick the opponent of Kalani Jordan's choosing, and she brought in TNA Roxanne. No, that's a
Rosemary.
Rosemary, which was dope.
was cool.
The match was,
it
was it was quick. But they even did like an internet, a social media interview with Rosemary afterwards, which was pretty cool. But Rosemary, another new TNA face that showed up at NXT. For the first time,
fans went nuts there. By the way, like the crowd
for her,
they filter us out every week, just so you'll know, like because it is deafening in that building 90% of the time, and they filtered that out 1,000%. The reaction was crazy when they saw who it was.
Yeah, well, you can't have these TNA wrestlers
getting the biggest pops of the night. You know that can't.
Well, I mean, you see what they can do with you know who.
Oh yeah. Oh, we do.
Well, that's a whole different. There's an exception to every
phenomenon. That's a phenomenon going on.
Yeah, that's like a worldwide thing right now. So you got to catch in on that.
Kalani Jordan just won this belt not too long ago. The inaugural champion. I feel like this is a match where she retains. However, though, I like Wendy Chu. I liked all the versions of Wendy Chu, but this new demonic, evil Wendy Chu. I mean, how's Kalani going to beat her? How do you beat a demonic? How do you do it?
So that's my point.
He's asking Bill Goldberg advice.
I think that with her winning this match, if Wendy does win it, she is now the Oba for NXT for the women's side of that. Because I think you have to have somebody that seems unbeatable.
Yeah.
And Kalani seems, and I love Kalani to death. Love you to death, girl. But you seem very beatable still because a lot of people still don't know who you are. Like, the NXT heavy people do, but most people don't.
Yeah.
Like she hasn't given us a big champion moment yet. Like, her winning the title was awesome, but there were a couple other people in there that probably should have won that belt. And no offense, I think deserved a little bit more. Jada Parker.
Well, we're gonna be talking about Jada.
But you know what they do with the first belt that they debut? They establish it as something dominant. So I have a feeling Kalani is going to win.
That's
and
my
she's going to push it for a while.
It has to be. The first run needs to be something special.
So it's going to be. They're going to establish it. And poor Wendy Chu.
That's how they do it. Like, I love Wendy Chu. I think that's a character. The old version and this version, I think it's a character that can work. on the main roster too. I really feel like it could.
Don't lie. Don't lie. 2 weeks ago when she hit, who did she hit with that pillow? You were like, oh, Lola Vice.
Yeah.
You're like, why is Lola dead? It's just a pillow. And then all of a sudden they're like, there's a belt in here. I was like,
we
what
kind
did
of
you-
called it in the crowd because if you watched during the promos on that show, Kalani was looking for her belt in two different scenarios.
Yeah,
and I
she
was
was
like,
freaking
that belt
out.
has to be in that pillowcase.
Because when she hit her with that pillow, I was like, it's a pillow. Is it a demonic pillow? What the hell?
My back. I said, Lola, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah, I think for the reason that Pluggo just said, like usually when they make a new belt or that first championship, it's usually a decent reign to establish it. You don't want to be, so I think Kalani will get the win here, but I like Wendy Chu. I wouldn't be upset if Wendy Chu won, but I feel like
That's why I have
Kalani.
winning.
I feel like the North American belt in NXT is kind of it's their intercontinental, like it's the fighting champions belt, kind of. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I feel like Kalani Jordan right now, from a character perspective, is more of that fighting champion. I think you want to establish that first reign with someone
looking at
like
it
Wendy
that, I
Chu.
see.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But what happens? Wait, here's my question for that though.
Yeah.
But does that kill the momentum of Nightmare Wendy Chu if they have her take a L when she's supposed to be this like?
Well, I think that's the problem when you have this type of character. I think that's a problem because it's like, hey, look, I'm not saying Wendy Chu doesn't deserve to be in this match. I just told you that I would like Wendy Chu to win this match, but how do you?
That's like getting a clean win over the.
Yeah, getting a clean win over the Fiend, or like right now the Wyatt Six, like when they've kind of showed them as real people but like when Uncle Howdy's
Bo
out
Dallas
there
lost to a super kick, you'd be like, what?
Yeah, like when Uncle Howdy, especially when he's Uncle Howdy, if he's Uncle Howdy wrestling in the mask, and that's like the supernatural version of who he is, like, is he just gonna at one point, if he's fighting whoever, is he just gonna lose to a tsunami? And Bronson, like, how do you do
at
that
this point
properly?
in time, that's the scariest move in existence.
That was probably a bad example. Bronson Reed rules currently.
He's killing people weekly.
Dude, I was at that show. That happened obviously outside. The pop inside that building.
I can imagine.
When he hit that tsunami on Braun, that building was so loud. It was, and like you could tell, like once he hit it with that weapon, and then you saw him climb, like that's how over that one segment. And I know they've done it with R-Truth, and they've done a good job this whole time with him. But that one segment with Seth Rollins, every time he is even looking at the corner, the crowd is like, "Oh,
we were like, oh shoot!"
Like
that my boy Cleveland said it best. He should have went to jail. My boy Cleveland said it. He should have went to jail. He should be going to jail every.
That was assault. That was an assault.
That's attempted murder.
Literally.
Man was bleeding out his mouth.
Internal bleeding. He was trying to die.
Laying on the ground.
Yes. Yes.
He's like, I'm gonna make a name for myself or die or go to jail trying, man, for sure.
Or kill somebody else in the process.
That's right.
You just mentioned him.
Either I'm getting over, you're going 6 feet under, brother.
Right. You just mentioned them. So let's slide over to the men's North American Championship match. It is the champion Obafemi going one-on-one with Tony D.
Who laid Obafemi's ass out. That was so impressive.
That was the first time.
Did you see us in the background? Everybody like stopped.
Yeah. Like, I didn't know Tony D could do that.
It was really the first time we've seen Obafemi like that ever.
I mean, like he went against Otis. We saw Otis throw him around a couple times, and the stand and deliver match. Obviously, like he got treated like he was a regular sized person for a little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah.
But I ain't seen he did that easily.
Tony,
but that didn't change my opinion that Obafemi's never losing ever.
He shouldn't. Every title I said this on my show too. Every title he wins, he needs to vacate it. He never needs to. They can do Goldberg perfect with a streak. They can do it perfect with Oba.
Yeah,
that's not a bad.
I mean, I got Obafemi winning this match. I don't think Tony. Yeah, I agree. I think he continues along, but I think this match is going to surprise people. I think this is too big. Tony D's a big dude. This is two big dudes, man. This is,
He's
you know,
gonna be
like
awesome.
Big E says, big meaty men slapping meat. I expect this to be the best match on the show. Although the tag match will give it a run. But I expect this to be I think this is going to be the best match on the show. I think it is.
This will be the one.
I would love this match to open the show, but I think they'll probably open with the tag match maybe. But
I don't know how the Don translates to the main roster, but Tony D's
works.
running out of things to do.
he really
SmackDown, dog. He's a SmackDown guy.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
he goes. I don't think he goes on Raw.
I
He's
think
going to
he'll
do some Mafia stuff on Netflix.
Well,
where he's like,
maybe not.
He'll be a
whole
SmackDown
crew.
personality.
Yeah, maybe
I
not
think the whole crew has to go. Though
but I
Rizzo's
think-
awesome.
Well, I was just gonna say. I think whenever he comes up, he needs to bring at least a couple. Like he needs to bring.
They can
at least
leave. They
Rizzo.
can leave their lawyer behind. They
Yeah,
get
you got to bring the family.
Yeah, I think Stacks and Rizzo and him need to come up
The
together
original
as
family,
the
yeah,
family.
the
They
original
need to.
crew.
Yes, I think it's a package deal, and I think it works. I think
Luca
it works on
can
the main
stay
roster.
back and win it and do his own thing.
exactly.
So I got Obafemi beating Tony D into SmackDown,
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. We all are feeling
kicking his ass
I
all the
think
way to
they're
Friday
supposed to go-
night.
They were supposed to go to in the draft this year. Rumor has it.
Yeah. So, but I think it's happening sooner than later. But we are all in agreement that Obafemi is handling business
never
on
losing.
Sunday, and he's
Ooh.
gonna retain. All right.
He's gonna have both belts at one point in time. You
He's
mark
gonna
my
have all the
words.
belts, all the
Yeah,
belts.
that'd be nice. That'd be nice. All right.
Give me your tag team title.
We
Give it
mentioned
to me
her
now.
earlier. I am a
Both of
huge
them.
fan. I am a huge fan of this person. I did want her to win the NXT North American title. Jada Parker.
Yes.
Love her. She's great. Love her. She is
God, she hates
challenging Roxanne Perez for the women's NXT Heavyweight Championship.
Miss Parker. Miss Parker.
Najee, I'll let you lead. I mean, are we? Well, first of all, who do you have winning? And are
Hey,
you
Miss
expecting,
Parker.
are
Hey,
you expecting
boys.
to see Julia on Sunday night? Maybe make her NXT debut
No. Oh.
in the crowd. Maybe they do the crowd thing with
So-
her, and then she shows up after because she
You saw
she has
you
been
saw
posting
the
of her leaving Japan, like saying bye.
you saw the
She's been
segment, right?
with
The
one
segment between Roxanne and Jada the other day where they were kind of going back and forth about the title and oh, you took me for granted and blah blah blah. And then as she's walking away from the interview, she's like, "What the hell are you doing here?"
Yeah, Roxanne
Oh,
looked at
trust me.
somebody, right?
Oh, trust yeah. And then Jada looked at the camera, looked away from the camera, was like, "Oh, I've heard about you. You can get it too." So
Now, do you think
that
that was
could be
Julia or
Stephanie
Stephanie
or-
Baker?
Yeah.
I think it's Julia because
Yeah.
Stephanie's still going through visa things, right?
That is true. Yeah, I think she's still having
So
some.
I think it'll be Julia, or we don't get anybody interfering because Cora Jade is almost ready to come back too, and this
Yeah.
run was supposed to be Cora's run before she
Mhm.
got hurt.
Yeah.
I have a hard time seeing them do Julia because I think Julia is supposed to win this belt.
Yeah,
Like they're gonna give her the Ethan Page treatment.
Yeah.
yeah. But I feel like
God, it's taking
So
forever.
I think Roxanne's gonna keep it because I think
Yeah.
she's gonna lose it to Cora.
you think she'll lose it to Cora.
Because Cora was supposed to win this title.
whenever Roxanne loses, she's gone.
She was supposed to have it.
I agree with you. I agree with you, Pluggo. Like again, we just talked about Wes Lee. When they feel like you get close to being ready, they turn you heel.
Didn't
to
they-
see if you can do it.
Oh
They
yeah,
do the
Roxanne
same thing
should
with
have been long gone.
Oh
Yeah,
my
she
god,
should-
Roxanne
yeah.
should have been up
She should have been long
last
gone.
year, dude. I don't care how old she is. Like, you kidding me?
Well,
But
You
That's
could have
what
been
they're
running
doing.
circles around
turn-
these rosters.
they turned her heel, and at first for me, it was kind of like, but it's good now, and she's killing it, and she's doing a good job as a heel champion. I do agree with you, Pluggo. I think whenever she loses it to whoever it is, I think she's
out of there
right out of it.
because her and Ava hate each other. Ava's gonna not even blink an eye to send her.
No,
off.
she'll be like, you can take her. You want her? Go ahead. She's gone. See you later.
And then they'll
got-
take somebody else that wants to come back down and win a belt.
Yeah.
They'll fight for the belt.
So
is Natalia still kicking around there?
so Roxanne, you have Roxanne retaining Najee here, even though we love
Yeah, I
Jada
think
Parker.
Roxanne.
Yeah.
I think Roxanne retains, and there will be either interference. If it is Julia will attack Jada,
Oh.
and it's
Ooh.
specifically off the dialogue from the promo.
Okay.
You can get it too. Yeah, that
Because if she was just casually just watching, being silent, and Roxanne saw her and feared her, and Jada popped off at her, who do you think she's going to want to go out first? Somebody who doesn't respect who she is.
That's fair. That's a good way to put it.
Ooh, I like that.
I like this. I like these perspectives here. These are good.
Baby.
Yeah.
I love me some
That's
NXT
why he's got a podcast that's NXT centric.
It's true.
I love me some NXT drama, but just stay away from the parking lot for the love of God.
I don't know if you saw a couple weeks ago. I tweeted. I was like, "Bro, my early pick to win the Rumble is the NXT parking lot."
Is that why they bust you guys in so you can stay safe?
Yeah, they go. Yeah, we got to keep you guys away from the parking lot, so we're gonna bust you down here because it is dangerous territory over there.
It's so dangerous.
It's an armor bus.
And then we have
when Oba walks through that thing without a fear in his heart. It's unbelievable.
I know. Well, who's gonna? If anybody can defend themselves out there, I mean, Oba would just destroy everybody. We have our NXT championship match between the ex-AEW guy and a TNA wrestler. What a time to be alive.
That if you say his name.
What a time to be alive when you think about it, right? The NXT No Mercy main event.
This is the weirdest poster I've ever seen in my
Unreal.
That's such a weird Joe Hendry face. Too.
This is the weirdest poster I've ever seen.
Why is Trick so mad?
We have the NXT
You know why?
champion.
I'll talk about it in a second.
Yeah,
I know why he's mad.
Ethan Page defending against TNA wrestler phenomenon Joe Hendry, and as you can see, just announced this past week, the special guest referee for this match.
Absolutely disgusted.
Will be none other than Trick.
Trick wants no part of this.
I like it.
Whoop.
Oh, I beg to differ. I beg to differ.
No, I'm gonna let NaJee go cook.
He's the NXT guy. He said he has an opinion about this, a strong one. So we're gonna let him go, and then we'll go.
I think this is just like you've been saying this whole time. When somebody's getting ready to get the call up, they're gonna try something out. I think this is the start of a turn for Trick. Joe Hendry's gonna win this match. I'm sorry. I've not been turned into a Joe believer yet.
Okay,
I'm not. I'm still waiting. I feel like it'll happen. I'll get it. But like sitting there,
do you sing the song?
No. You can watch the last 2 weeks. Last 2 weeks, I just sat there and was just taking notes and was kind of like, I just don't get it yet. Maybe I will sometime down the line.
Yeah.
But like I get the song is stuck in my head 24.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, I sing it all the time as I'm just doing random things throughout the day.
Of course.
But I think Trick turns on Joe afterwards because Trick technically, Trick's gonna raise his hand. Boom! There's the turn. There's the heel turn Trick.
Yeah,
or whatever. Because Trick brought Joe in.
He did
technically when he was trying to get revenge back on Ethan Page.
Yeah,
when he was trying to get his revenge back on Ethan Page, they essentially pushed Trick to the back of the line.
Yeah,
which doesn't make any sense because he was the biggest thing happening at NXT.
Mm-hmm.
So now for Trick to be like, oh, the classic, I brought you in, you're ungrateful. That
I'm at the back of the line.
And now this could be Trick's easy way to get back to that championship, which in my opinion, I don't think he ever should have lost like that.
I agree. I mean, I had
man, NXT was never hotter than what it was as NXT.
I agree. I do like Ethan Page in general
and building.
Yeah. And I like him as a champion, but he's a guy that I look at and I go, he can be on the main roster. Like
he should have been. That's the way he probably should have got called.
I feel like he should have just went straight to. I'm a big Ethan Page guy. I love Ethan Page. He was very underused in AEW, and clearly when they brought him over, they were like, "Listen, he won the NXT championship basically almost immediately." And I think he's going to have a little bit of a run here, and then whenever he loses it, although you think it's happening Sunday, whenever he loses it, I expect him to. They got a main event player right there in Ethan Page. I mean, there's no doubt. You see him and you go, yeah, he's already.
But he signed, I think, to NXT.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think so. So we'll have to see.
But it's do you
he likes that Florida lifestyle?
It's going to be a triple threat. Maybe it's triple threat.
Yeah, maybe
because that match makes sense.
Yeah,
Ethan Page, Joe Hendry, Trick Williams. It makes sense, and it's for Halloween Havoc. Give it to me.
And I said this a few weeks back when we talked about who was the special guest referee that we talked about, that I said they've never had a special guest referee in the history of special guest referees that didn't get involved somehow.
It's probably Seth.
Yeah.
SummerSlam.
Yeah, it's probably Seth.
Yeah.
So
those videos are great.
Yeah.
So Trick's definitely get involved. He's gonna have a hand in this. He's gonna do the classic tropes of like the slow count, the fast count.
Yeah, if
somebody's gonna kick him.
Mm-hmm.
So
he's gonna have no choice but to count the 1, 2, 3 for Joe Hendry and watch a TNA superstar hold his belt. He's gonna have to raise his hand, and then he gets him with.
He awkwardly did this shit with.
Yeah,
him.
he did.
The other day, and it was the weirdest thing I've ever seen Trick do, because you could.
And this works twofold. It puts Trick over. Ethan Page will be fine, and then it gets TNA that big win that they need to get to make this partnership make sense.
I came into this not even thinking Joe Hendry had a chance.
Really?
Yes.
No?
I look at
man.
Look at Joe
Could you
Hendry.
imagine Trick Williams,
We'll
Ethan
burn that
Page,
place
triple
down,
threat, bound for glory?
Well,
Ooh.
no, but here's the thing, though. I wasn't thinking about it until you mentioned something, because Trick is so over. I don't even hate the idea of Trick turning heel. I just think, what if he turns heel? Awesome. What if he turns heel, not to help Ethan Page, but what if he turns heel and it results in Ethan Page keeping the belt? And then he goes after Joe Hendry.
And then it's Trick and
Joe
Joe.
As Ethan deals with something else, and then eventually, you know what I'm saying? Because
you want to see a room full of 500
point.
Extremely confused people on a Tuesday? Make that feud happen.
Yeah, because
people will have no idea what the hell to do. We'll be like,
you made the point that, according to what we've seen on our TV screens, Trick brought Joe Hendry in. That is true.
Yeah.
He brought it in, and now all of a sudden, Trick is at the end of the line for a title that did he get a rematch?
He never got a rematch.
He never got a
rematch.
So he lost in a 4-way match where he never got pinned, not pinned to lose it, had still yet to get his rematch. And the
reason why Ethan Page won is because of his finisher.
Yes. And the guy that he brought in to help him jumped the line.
And the only reason he lost
fighting for the title.
It's because somebody was holding Trick out of the ring because they just didn't.
Sean Spears.
They just didn't want Trick to win it.
Correct.
So there's a lot going on here.
So I can.
I'd be pissed too if I was Trick Williams.
I could see Trick turning heel on Joe. Yeah, I could see Trick turning heel on Joe, and somehow Ethan Page remaining the champion.
Yep, that's the fastest way to make me an even bigger Joe hater, is if you put him against Trick, because
that's fair.
I'm not turning on Trick.
Send Joe Hendry's ass back to the Impact Zone.
Look, I think Joe Hendry.
I got Joe in it.
We have to really think about, like, there is a TN. Like, I know we're all still kind of getting used to the crossover stuff because WWE just never did that shit at all.
No, when they did, it was really bad.
Yeah, but there is a TNA
except for that one time.
There is a TNA wrestler literally fighting for a WWE Heavyweight Championship on Sunday. I know it's NXT, and that's
a heavy favorite to win. Oh, hey.
Oh, my cat was like, I need to.
Your cat has an arm now and opens doors?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. Oh.
Is that a tiger?
Yeah. He's huge. My cat is a monster. He'll be up.
Yeah, he's got human arms.
Yeah. He's a monster. He's a monster.
Kind of weird fusion things you got going on there.
I know.
Your fusion collective going down over.
But so I think for my official pick, I'm going to stick with Ethan Page. But I do like your idea of Trick turning heel. I do like.
I got TNA winning out today. TNA wins the day.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Hey, bub. Mike. Right, yeah, there you go. Causing a ruckus.
My wife thought that was Lance Bass for a hot second. Joe Hendry.
Wow. Oh, Joe, really?
Yeah, she's like, is that Lance?
He just hit the gym. Lance Bass was
jacked now, and I was like, no, that's Joe Hendry.
He said, I wish somebody would make fun of me one more time.
Right. JT who motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Bye.
I actually
I'm Lance Bass.
This NXT show, I think both shows this weekend from WWE, but this NXT show is gonna
hit.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be real good. A lot of NXT has been hitting for a while now, but their PLEs, I still call them pay-per-views, but their PLEs are on. They have been the whole time.
What was the one that I can't? Was it Battlegrounds? It was the same time as Money in the Bank, or the one after? I think it was the one after.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, the night after Money in the Bank was amazing.
It was better than Money in the Bank. Yeah, Heatwave was better than Money in the Bank.
Without question. And I was in Toronto that weekend for media, and without question, dude, Heatwave outperformed Money in the Bank by leaps and bounds. It was, and I think we could run into. Obviously, they're not both in Germany.
Wesley basically got murdered.
Yeah,
on live television.
Yeah,
and nobody called the police.
Obafemi.
Nobody called security.
Yeah,
that's what happened.
Did nobody call his mama to tell him sorry?
Yeah, Obafemi literally just.
Somebody probably did call his mama, and his mama was probably like,
"Is he okay?
What'd you do?
Okay?
Yeah,
why'd you get? I told you not to mix it up with these folks."
Nothing, Mom. Almost died. Leave me alone.
Yeah. I told you to stay away from these troublemakers here at NXT parking lot, and you chose not to.
I agree. I think No Mercy has a really, really good chance of stealing the show this weekend.
Oh yeah, I think
something crazy's got to happen at Bash in order for it to be
Bash. Yeah, and
in order for us to even forget SummerSlam. Good God.
And I feel like if it happens again, right? Because if you,
I don't ever want to forget SummerSlam except where it was located.
Because true, you can't remember where it was located.
No, where we were
earlier.
I ate dinner with NaJee at SummerSlam. It was wonderful.
There you go. Oh, at the catering. That was pretty good food they gave. That was
good.
Food.
It was awesome.
We had dinner together. It was beautiful. It was romantic and everything.
I loved it.
Yeah, we had all our sweatshirts on the table. It was cute.
Yeah, it was. It was a good time. It was a good time.
Nice spread.
I
spilled salad on my shirt.
You spilled salad on your shirt? You spilled salad on your shirt?
Yeah. And I was like, oh, this is embarrassing. I'm fat.
But, hey, man.
It was cute. Then I wiped it off. I did the little dap thing.
Oh,
I haven't told Mrs. Pluggo yet. The one night with NaJee was just.
That's adorable. I will say, though, I know you said you kind of came into the NXT world a little bit late, but routinely, when it was NXT Black and Gold, routinely you would get to these pay-per-view weekends, and the Saturday night NXT show was infinitely better than the Sunday night show. And it got to the point where you could kind of tell that the performers on the Sunday night show would up their game a little bit to be like, those guys down there are not outperforming us this weekend. And I feel like we're
every Tuesday now.
Yeah, I feel like we're getting back to that territory, because if all of a sudden we end the weekend and the NXT PLE is the show that everybody's talking about, like Heatwave Money in the Bank weekend, you're talking the last 2 or 3 weekends like this, NXT would be outperforming the main roster.
Yeah.
And, we're kind of, it's been a long time since that has happened. And I know not everybody, NXT 2.0 did a lot of damage to a lot of old diehard NXT fans, but it's humping, man. It's humping. The shows are good, man. Look, if there's some, I'm a 39-year-old dude. Is there some stuff that is like, and I think it might, when they get to, I used to call it the WB, but when they get to the CW, that is a teen-ish network.
It's going to be a little ratchet.
Yes. and there are times where NXT does kind of stick to that. Very horny sometimes. NXT.
We're already really bad as it is.
Yeah.
Thirsty. It's going to be thirsty.
Like, it's
thirsty.
Like,
that's good.
I was going to say this about your comment about how the NXT performance in general has just been crazy. That's because we really let them have it. Like, we're very honest with them. Yeah. We're there as locals so much to where 90%, well, not 90%, it's like 60% of us know the wrestlers personally and have their numbers and get advice about post and certain things about like, yo, how did the segment hit with the crowd? Like, what should I do better? What can I do? So like, we truly critique them. And that's why I think that it would have been BS if they would have just swept them out from Orlando and moved them to Vegas. Thank God that's not happening.
Yeah.
It's such an intimate feeling, all non-sexual puns and not intended.
Yeah.
After you saying they get a little nasty. on Tuesdays. But
They do sometimes.
yeah, they really do. They push it a little bit.
They push it,
But
which I
think
get. I'm not against it. I'm
And I
not
think
against
it's
pushing
gonna
it.
be more. It's gonna be a little more creative and very much more Shawn Michaels come the CW.
Can I tell you what my dream scenario is for that first NXT before we kind of say our put ourselves over and tell people where to find us and get out of here? I know Tony Khan just came out and said that this individual is still under contract, but that opening week in Chicago with CM Punk in the ring, I want Ricky Starks to come
I
out
forgot to say that.
so bad. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Honestly, looks like he's like, I was hanging out with Ricky Starks at NXT the other day.
How unreal would it be if on that NXT,
yeah, he takes a drink. He's trying to hold it in.
When they're in Chicago and CM Punk is in that ring, you have the next megastar of NXT, Ricky Starks, show up. Because that was supposed to be the feud in AEW before everything went down, was Starks and Punk. You're in Chicago. You have Ricky Starks, who everyone and their mother thinks it's just a matter of time before he gets there sometimes. I think Ricky Starks could go straight to the main roster. That's just me. I think he is 100%. I think that's how they do it.
Here's the reason why that
with Punk, that would be unreal. Even though he's
October 1st, October 5th. If what we think is right with the Drew McIntyre thing, the Hell in a Cell match is on October 5th.
Oh, so you think Drew shows up?
The first.
Sense.
No, I'm saying the first. I think Drew will probably show up at the big show.
Yeah.
I think there's a chance. I forgot to mention this in the main event because we were talking about the whole Joe thing. One of my buddies, Pun, shout out to Pun, was saying, what if this is when Ricky Starks shows up? Is this Sunday in the Ethan Page Joe Hendry match?
Mm-hmm.
And costs in is the reason why Ethan loses the title.
That'd be a good first.
And that would be good because then you could even.
That'd be an unreal pop. And Denver would go crazy.
And then you could even get to the point where you could still get to Trick and Joe and have them do that. Yeah. And then you have the guy that's going to take the belt off Page. And then you have your baby face for the heel Trick to then go get his belt.
Yeah. Because maybe you don't even turn Trick heel. Maybe
not right away.
Maybe Joe calls Trick out and says, "Thank you. Would you like to finally get your rematch?"
Yeah.
That way the crowd doesn't have to split.
Yeah. There's a lot of ways you can go. I know Tony Khan at the press conference was asked, or last week at the media day or whatever, was asked the media call, and he said he's still under contract.
He's gone.
Yeah.
I think he's allowed.
Yeah.
Now.
And if he's available, if you could get him on one of those, even if it is on Sunday, if it's not, if you get him on one of those first 2 weeks of
if you look closely enough,
man.
If you look closely enough at Cody Rhodes' Big Cody, whereas Ricky Starks is under there every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's always it's hard
to get at every major PLE for the last
It's hard to get booked in AEW when you're attached to Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, it is. It is. So we'll have to see, but I think
I'm looking forward to it. I love that we talked about this with the Ethan Page stuff when he debuted. I love that there's opportunities now on both sides of the fence for you to go to another company, keep getting work, doing fun stuff. I joke about the Ricky Starks thing. I'm a huge Ricky Starks fan.
Yeah.
I want to see him on my TV. I don't care where he wrestles. Just start wrestling again, man. So Sunday, show up.
That'd be great.
Let's do it.
That would be a huge.
Shawn and Triple H, I know you listen and watch these things.
Of course. Yeah. They pay attention. They know.
Yeah.
They both have beards.
Yeah, they do. Actually.
Yeah. I don't, so I know I'm not the trustworthy one here in this circle. So
I would disagree.
It's all right.
I would disagree. I'm from,
Sometimes you need a beardless man to help.
You would disagree. JPJ hates my guts.
Not true. Not true at all. All right. Thank NaJee. Popping in.
Thank you, sir.
Awesome so much. Talking WWE and NXT with you. Before we say our goodbyes and get out of here, let the people in the chat, let the people watching know where they can find you on socials, when your stuff comes out. Plug your shit, my man.
Perfect. What's up, y'all? NXT with NaJee. It's NXT with NaJee on Instagram. My Twitter /X, sorry, Elon, is at it's NaJee. 2 H's, GEE. You can find me on The Whip Show, the Wrestling Heroes and Insider podcast. That is featured on Spotify, all your different streaming platforms. We cover a bunch of different wrestling promotions, not just the WWE, not just NXT. Those guys do everything. We have a huge team. You can also find them on Instagram and X at the Whip Show Podcast. Look up Whip, which is like our main guy, Whip Dog. Dude is full of energy. These guys see him in Cleveland. That man is
that guy ruled
all the time.
Yeah, that guy ruled.
And had a unique style of his interviews. I was like,
he stands behind the camera and does the close up. Like that's very different. It's very
cool.
different. It stuck out to us when we saw them. And then we were talking to you and we said it, and you were like, "That's my boss," and we were like, "What?" We love that guy. But anyway.
Yeah, but I'm based out of Florida, about an hour south of Orlando. My rest of my team is based out of Michigan, where I'm from originally. Yeah, that's about it. I put out episodes usually every 1 to 2 weeks. If I am not swamped at work, I'll try to get one out every week. But if it's a busy week, I'll try to get one out every other week. Usually I just cover the matches. I don't really go too deep into the promos. I just cover the drama that comes after. But hey, thank you guys for having me on. It's been
no problem.
Hilarious.
Absolutely,
it's been a great time.
Yeah, man.
This is my first super huge guest feature. So
it will not be the last, man.
It
will not be the last. We have an open door policy, dude. Anytime you're available, anytime you want to pop on, we'll shoot you a message. You shoot us. This will not be the last time.
We gotta do the golden beards when we do the end of the year.
End of the year.
Well, we golden beard.
Well, we have the. Yeah, this will be the the third annual or fourth?
The Golden Beardy presented by NXT with NaJee.
So we're going to have the Beardy Award at the end of the year for, I think, the third straight year. So we will have, and we will have you. Is it fourth? The fourth one? Wow. 4 straight years of the Beardies, and we will have you be the special presenter for the Golden.
We started mid-year, but we still did one at the end. Right. And then we did.
We're in the middle of our.
Because we did one ourselves.
Yeah.
Then Ecto Guy helped us with one. Then I did all the stuff for the last one. Yeah. So this will be 4.
My turn. Turn.
So the JPJ presents.
The JPJ presents
the Beardies.
Yeah. All right, Pluggo.
That's the last Thursday of the year.
That is. It's always the last Thursday of the year. So clear your calendar. You're going to be special presenter, the Golden Beardy Award. You're doing it. Pluggo, why don't you do your thing? Let the people know where they can find you and where they can find us.
Yeah,
we'll get on up out of here
every Thursday night right here, like we always say. But you can find everything that we got going on. We got a killer guest next week as well. We're going to be talking the fallout from these 2 shows that we just reviewed with NaJee, and just stay tuned to our socials. How do you do that? It's a tease in the business. You go to at B2 Beards on all social media platforms. That's where you can find us. If you're looking for me, you can find me at Pluggo on all social media platforms. You search Pluggo, my face pops up going like this because I can't spell. And that's where you can find me. Saturday mornings, 10 a.m. with Blair Pacheco, the Grainmaker Podcast, talking all things independent wrestling. I also was on the Grainmaker Podcast show, his show, talking ECW One Night Stand 2005. That was a lot of fun. So go check that out. I have an interview preview up right now, Bash Blonde with Weezy Blonde. That was a lot of fun.
Hey,
South Bend Strong. I know. It was a lot of fun. I'm glad we got to pull that off. She is a Lions fan, but we don't hold that against her.
We could have talked football tonight too. We could have gone that route too. We could talk. Yeah, we could.
Because the NFL starts
baby.
Next week.
NaJee, I liked you until just now. If I swear to God.
I have no dog in this fight. My Patriots are going to suck.
Oh, NaJee,
no. You know what time it is.
Here comes Saturday night.
That's all I hear. That's Pluggo's arch. That's one of his
I can't stand Michigan. Go Irish, baby.
I love that rivalry. Bring it back. I want it every
year. I agree.
Maybe if Notre Dame joined a friggin' conference, it could come back.
No.
Anyway,
we're in a really good spot without being in one, if you think about it. But that's a whole nother conversation.
I
won't segue you guys any more than I already have.
Oh, NaJee, I almost had to boot you, brother.
No.
But that's where you can find me. Check all that fun stuff out. We have our interviews up right now from SummerSlam weekend right here on this very channel. So when you get off of here, go check all this out.
Yeah. For me, JPJ Loves Gaming on all social media platforms, including Twitch and over on the YouTube as well. Pluggo told you where you can find us. We are the flagship here every Thursday night, but every Tuesday and Thursday a.m., 10 a.m., we have Firmly Love Wrestling with my buddy Drew. On Tuesdays, we talk WWE. On Thursdays, we talk AEW, and that's how we do it, so you can see me in the mornings there. But again, NaJee, dude, anytime, man. This was a lot of fun. This was a blast. You are welcome.
Thank you.
Anytime, my man. Thank you to everybody in the chat tonight, all the comments and all the love. We appreciate you there. You guys know the drill. Until next time, make sure you say hi to Sue. We'll see you later.
Sue.
Peace
See you guys.
out.
Hi, Stu. Bye, Sue.
Hey there, Plugo and JPJ. It's Trent's mom, Sue, and I have a bone to pick with you. So, I understand that you guys are being real idiots and spending your entire monthly budget. You've got to be kidding me. This is not the way to be when you're trying to run a business. Your boss, Spencer, is really pissed off at you. I'm pissed off at you. You have some nerve. You know, get a grip. You you have to control yourself. You can't just go out and spend all the money that you're making, you two beards guys. Oh no, this is coming out so stupid. Anyway, behave yourselves, or I'm going to cut you off from watching AEW. You're no longer going to get to know, be able to meet my son. What? Or me. I'm sorry, this is like, I don't know. Anyway, thanks so much for being fans. Watch yourself.